Okay. Oh, I didn't have anything cool pulled up on Google. Shit.
Did you see that Florida man that got killed? Put that guy.
Oh, yeah.
This
Florida
is
man killed by window. It auto finished for me. Florida man dies. Anyway, hello and welcome to episode 5. I haven't lost count yet.
Is it really
Um,
episode 5?
yes, Rob, it's really episode
I,
5. What an odd number to be unsure of. It's not like I'm like, welcome to episode 32, or like, this is our second episode, like 5. Anyway,
yeah.
I don't want to watch this sad video of
No,
people
turn it off.
leaving like flowers and
This is
shit.
supposed to be funny.
This
It
is
wasn't
hella
supposed to be
sad.
like,
People are like mourning the loss, but it's like,
oh God,
this is
everyone's
so
like human now.
awkward. Jonathan Hernandez, 32, was attempting to burglarize a home on Nora Avenue and 46th Street Southwest by climbing through a window. While he was partially through the window, it slammed down on him. His neck was caught in the window, according to the incident report. He was dead by the time deputies arrived on scene. His friends and family say they believe that's not the full story, and looks can be deceiving.
Okay. I mean, as I said, thank you very much. If I were a jury, I would have. Oh, no, no. If I were the jury, I would have to have more evidence.
I mean, like,
No, thank you. Yeah.
obviously we don't know the whole story. Like, does he know the people who live there? Like, was their door not working? Is that just like how he goes into acquaintances' homes? But I think from the outside looking in, if you're caught with your neck literally in a window, it's not a good look.
No, he really stuck his neck out.
Anyway.
That is terrible. I am so sorry.
There is
I
a
am
very
awful.
special little bunk, like with a cubby with your name on it in hell. So, holy
Yeah.
scheisse. Anyway.
No, that's terrible. I don't believe it. I don't believe anyone deserves to lose their life needlessly, especially like that, regardless of the circumstance. I think it's terrible.
Oh, I did
It just
text.
we are
Oh,
our
go ahead.
show. We're an adult show who make adult jokes like
We
Rick
can
and Morty
say
and Family Guy, so we can say stuff like that.
anything we
In South
want
Park.
to. I was gonna say I did message you back on Discord when you said you were running late, and I was like, "Oh, take your time," but I just didn't hit send.
Look at that.
Wow, is
Tell
that
me
a
that doesn't.
homemade McChicken?
That is my homemade McChicken with pickles because I like pickles. Dude, I sent you the whole process. You know what's really gross? When you put a bunch of chicken breasts inside of your food processor until it becomes a malleable paste.
That sentence made me extremely uncomfortable.
The consistency made me extremely uncomfortable. Somewhere between like ground beef and
Chicken glue?
applesauce. Yeah, it was like chicken glue. Yeah, it was like a decent. It was like an adhesive. It was
like
like
a Mod Podge of poultry podge.
Next time we talked about we are gonna put more spices in there.
Whoa, are we doing the one where I lose a sewing needle on the ground and step on it later? Yay.
Oh no.
I just threaded a needle and now she's gone. Are we doing like a combination of there it is. Of KFC with all the spices and McDonald's with the preparation?
Yeah, right? No.
Oh God, KF Donald.
Cave Donald.
KF Donald.
Donald C's.
Lil Donald.
Okay, we're not using the D word. That's a 4-letter word here.
Shit, I've made a terrible mistake.
What did you do?
Oh, I cut all my nails off last night, so I can't untie this knot I just tied in my thread. Okay, I got it.
So what you're saying is that you're not able to do it?
And thank you for watching. That has been all for episode 5.
It's okay. Bot doesn't mind.
Yeah. Okay. So
Allegedly, by the way, Peter tells me that he watches every single episode.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna need to see the name Pantheo in the chat to like feel
to really believe it. I'm gonna have to take a bite out of this before it gets cold. Please stand by.
it's fine because I just realized I named the episode Christmas Can't Be Next Week, and you know what's funny? It's not. So, oops. Who put
Oh
me
my
in
god, this is like
charge?
crack. This is really good. Hmm. The consistency is great. The breading is flaky and crunchy, and the meat is tender. I also made chicken nuggies too. No, they're not shaped like the boot and the hat and whatever other nonsense they are. But
Oh, they're not shaped like a turkey, like the paint chip
I
on the
tr-
hood of my car?
no. Oh my god, do you have a
God.
picture of that to show people?
No, I'm never. So I'm thinking I'm gonna like pick a different color. Like instead of just sanding the corner of my hood and painting it white, I think I'm gonna like pink out my car or something. I
You
could
should make
rock
it
a
super
pink
kawaii.
hood. Yeah, but I don't want to go like too quiet because like you know those girls with like the all pink gaming setups and stuff. That's too much pink. I like black. I like white with like hints of pink, like pink,
So you're going like go for like
pink.
Victoria's Secret lingerie look for your car.
Yeah, like I was just gonna do just the hood, the bumper, get the wheels wrapped, and then like, you know, slam it. No, I have no
Don't
idea.
don't get the eyelashes or I'll defriend you.
I would never. Oh my God. Can we talk about how there's like a very specific type of woman? Like that's never come up in conversation. Like
Mhm.
I don't know if I've ever met somebody who I like outwardly knew they had eyelashes on their car. But first of all, unless it's on a Volkswagen Beetle, let's just say this. Unless it's on a Volkswagen Beetle, which is red and has black spots on it, I don't want to see eyelashes on your car. But all the people who have eyelashes on their car, I think are probably the same person.
I
Like,
feel like
ugh.
I feel it's like Jeep Girl. Like you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh
Or
man.
yeah, or like Lululemon legging wearing people. Not that there's anything
Yeah.
wrong with Lululemon. I just
There's
you
a
know
lot of
exactly
things
like
wrong with Lululemon, but I mean, you
I
know.
don't know, I have a friend of mine who buys his underwear there, so
I
apparently they're comfortable.
I just I don't know. It's a little expensive for fucking workout pants. And let's get real. How many people only wear those pants to work? I mean, I understand the point is to be able to like wear them all over the place, right? But it's just like if I'm spending $200 on a pair of pants for doing yoga or working out, I only
Hmm.
want to stunt. Like, I don't wear my golf clothes that I spend good money on, like out and about.
Yeah.
Okay, I do wear this pullover a lot. It's Slazenger, but
See,
like,
look at you immediately, instantly, just being like, yeah, well, I'm the exception, not the rule.
well, but I did just get finished playing golf and I'm really lazy and I didn't change. So
That's fair.
this is the only thing, but like, I don't wear like my golf clothes and shit around. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that if you're gonna buy like expensive brands, like buy a nice purse or buy a nice pair of jeans or shoes, get some red bottoms, get a new car. But like Lululemon to me, like I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, you know what's funny? I always have this conversation. When I was a kid, I would watch Star Trek, right? And I would say, man, you're really telling me in the future everyone's going to wear skin tight, like lycra spandex clothing?
Well,
And, and then I go out and literally everyone is wearing Star
the
Trek uniforms. And
future
I'm like,
is
oh my God,
now.
Gene Roddenberry did it again. like, like he invented the iPad, like,
Right.
smartwatch, all that. Bluetooth headsets, the little badges and stuff. Where's my teleporter?
Yeah. Damn, Star Trek really was like ahead of its time, huh?
Heck yeah.
Star Trek was like, look it, we're gonna make a bunch of goofy shit. It's gonna look real bad, but in the future, people are gonna talk about it and be like, wow, look at that thing they made up that we made work.
But here's the question I have. Did we invent the iPad because Star Trek invented the tricorder? Is that why we went that way with the technology? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it? It's like, is it art imitates life or life imitates art? I'm just saying.
I I don't know.
I mean, a lot of the like sci-fi stuff, a lot of that stuff, like kids read that ended up becoming engineers and scientists, and then they went on and invented the things that they read in their sci-fi books.
True.
I mean, that's like, I think that's the thing.
Oh.
Hmm.
Excuse me. Can I talk about something, same topic, that like I find myself regularly and potentially too often like feeling inherently upset about? You know what Googie is, right?
Googie.
Googie, like think of Nuketown in Call of Duty. The
Okay.
50s and 60s, like the Jetsons, like the projection of the future in the 50s and 60s when they would make these like futuristic looking things. Well, that's like it's a style called Googie. I'm really upset that like we never like did that. You know?
Yeah,
Cuz that shit's
totally.
pretty cool. Like I really like that aesthetic, and it's just not really out there.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, that whole like Las Vegas science fiction. I'm looking at some Googie artwork right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that whole yeah, I just I like it. I mean, personally, it's not like my design, but just the ideas that people had at the turn of the century, or not the turn of the century, the middle of the century, that they were
Yeah,
like, "Oh, this is how things are going to be." And it's like, you
I
know,
love it. Man, I think let me see. I'd have to see it what if there's Googie interior. I have to see if I'm sold on
oh,
that. You know what? Yeah, I am. Oh my god.
yeah. Did you just
Yeah, I
Google
mean,
straight up Googie interior? Yeah.
dude, that's all like give me those melamine plates, please.
Well, but see, that's the thing is like it was a prevalent thing in the 50s and 60s because people were like, we're going to create this atmosphere that people are going to walk into this space and they're going to be like, this is the future. But it's like, for being an idea of what the future is going to be like we never really touched on that. So it didn't really work out to be how they thought the future would be. Now it's like a lost in time kind of thing. Like it's almost
Hmm.
like the opposite of what, I guess, ironic.
I think I think what happened is that like the minimalism took over,
Yeah.
and everyone started going like Corbusier with everything.
I think people just didn't like triangles either, or
They were just
arches.
they were just going with like a lot of okay. Corbusier is probably like a terrible example because actually his stuff is like really, but it's
Yeah.
just everything. Just everyone just went. Well, I don't know. He had a lot of hard designs and stuff. It's like I just think everyone went like they went so freaking. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not using real words here. I'm just like talking like a valley girl.
You're
I-
conveying emotions with like noises.
Adjective noises.
Yeah, you're like, meh,
No,
like, meh, meh.
yeah. No, it all became like angles and like black and white. And it's all just like Gattaca. Like when you watch Gattaca, when you watch oh, which one's the island of tomorrow or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely
Like it's
not.
yeah. Well, I know what I'm talking about, so that's what
That
matters.
is literally all that matters. As long as
But
one of us is on the same page as you, even if it's you.
it is me. Are we just I think, I'm looking here, I'm looking at Critical Role and it's making me kind of jealous. I think we need to have Matt Mercer on our show for one segment.
I would I'm not going to say out loud what I would do to get Matt Mercer on our show.
Or two Matt Mercer on our show.
That's a different channel.
Jesus.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
I mean, okay, so here's a thing that I don't know why I think about all the time is this idea, maybe I'm making up the term, but like the superior nerds. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the people who belong
Like
to a
alpha nerds.
like the people like who belong to a group of people, right? Like Dungeons and Dragons or
Mm,
whatever, any like subgroup of like nerdiness.
right.
Who were like, you know, on the like very like not very, but like the more attractive side of things, and they have like this I mean, I don't really know Matt Mercer at all, but I get so annoyed when like I meet guys who you can tell are like the hot nerd in their group, right? It doesn't mean they're like hot in
Mhm.
general. They're just like more attractive than like the other nerds, which is great
Sure.
because I love all nerds, but they have that like weird ego, where like if you took them out of that situation, then you put them with like, you know, the bachelorette contestants, they would
Yeah.
just be like this like weird whatever. But I don't know, he's just always struck me as the hot nerd, but it's like, are
You
you
should
really a nerd?
you should look up who I just put in the chat, which you probably may already know who that is. But
Do I?
because I want you to know
Oh,
something.
yes. What about
Okay.
him?
You know he's the DM for like half of Hollywood, right?
I didn't even know anyone in Hollywood did that.
Yeah, so if you look at him, okay, his wife is Sofia Vergara. I
Yes.
can't the only reason I just don't want to butcher his name. Manganiello? God, I'm
I think
Italian
it's
American, I can't say it.
Manganiello? I don't
He
know.
has a he has a YouTube where he tells you how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Any,
Well, anyway.
anyways, dude, look at his don't look at his 6 pack or his 57 pack. Look at his uh just type in him and Dungeons and Dragons
I
and you get
just
to see
did.
his house.
So
And you get to see
inside
his basement, which is like ugh.
inside the Hollywood's elite Dungeons and Dragons club.
Mhm. Like Vince Vaughn is like part of it.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's like insane, right? Yeah,
That's
you know who was on his game? Tom Morello was there,
yeah.
who who brought Vince Vaughn with him. Like just you know,
Hey, like, what are you doing this Friday? You want to go do some hot guy shit? And then he's like, oh yeah, for sure. They're like, oh, we're going to Joe mayonnaise jello's house. You wanna roll? And he's like, oh yeah, like Sophia gonna be there. He's like, oh maybe. And then they're like, oh yeah, we're going down to the basement. And they're like, oh shit, like, ooh, what's going on in Hot Joe's basement? And they get down there and then there's just dice everywhere and paper and flustered people wearing glasses. I can't imagine how incredible that should have been. Man,
hmm
they're doing it
Manganello.
all red. Manganello. Did you just listen to him say it?
Yes.
You're still listening to him say it.
Shut up.
Now, next you're gonna like close your eyes and then be like,
Studying for my role. Dude, he was in a Pee Wee Herman movie on
was
Netflix.
he?
Yeah, it's him and Pee Wee like become BFFs. It's like really crazy. It's like I think it's like called Pee Wee's Big Holiday or something. And then I watched it because we thought it was like a Christmas movie because it came recommended as a Christmas movie. So we're
Let
like,
me
okay,
guess.
let's watch
It's
it.
not a Christmas
It's
movie.
not a Christmas movie, but it's like a really good like like coming of age, not coming of age movie, like a coming to terms with like leaving your hometown because it touches back on like how Pee Wee when he went on his big adventure, like he said he was never leaving again, especially
Right.
after like the truck driver and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. Oh look who's in the chat.
Who?
A wild Pantheo joined the chat.
Oh.
We were just talking ill of you.
I won't believe it until he says something. Oh,
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? Probably
And
something
our friend
unimportant.
Phil is here too. Hello, Phil. Hello, Phil is here.
Phil could probably get into the. You know what? Phil's probably. Here's my theory.
He
Fan
saw the Pee Wee
theory.
movie.
Um. Oh, this will segue perfectly into Peter and Phil. Um. my theory is that Phil is just using us to get D&D experience. So when he has his interview to join Joe Manganiello's D&D club because he's part of Hollywood's elite, he won't look like a total scrub that's never played before.
That's right.
I'm on to you, Philip. Also, that show I was talking about, Alice in
Borderland.
Borderland. Have
Yes.
you watched it at all?
No. I was thinking about.
Yes, Anna. If you click
Uh,
on the thing that says users in chat, you can see who's present.
hey, it doesn't show her in the chat for me, even though it says
It
that
takes
she's
a
on there.
minute. I'm trying to of the character. Anyway,
Hi, Anna.
what about this show?
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I just finished the first episode before we came in here. I'm trying to find what his name is because he's literally Karube. Look at this. Tell me this isn't like Japanese Yanni of the group.
Oh God. Yanni is Japanese Yanni.
Okay.
I literally typed in Japanese Yanni in Google.
Just a look at my stream. Now I have to know what happens when you type in Japanese Yanni.
The first thing is, how do you say Yanni in Japanese?
Oh my god. Are you looking? Have you seen Japanese Yanni yet? Tell me I'm wrong. He just needs
Well,
like a little bit more of an arch on his eyebrows.
I literally just typed in Japan say.
What are you even trying to Google?
I don't know, dude. There's something in this chicken sandwich I made.
If you Google Japanese Yanni and then you search images,
Yeah, I like. Ron's like, you say it the same way with a Japanese accent.
yeah.
Dude, I'm not even joking. I love it. Oh my god. Oh, that is freaking hysterical.
Wait, so if you Google Japanese Yanni and then you hit images, the first picture is of Phil.
Our Phil? That is
Mm-hmm.
our phone. Yeah, sure. I could see that. Oh my god, yeah, it even dresses like him.
Did you click on it more?
I didn't type in Japanese Yanni. I typed in Karube.
Oh, the guy. Oh, I was telling you to watch my stream.
It's
Oh
so
my
tiny.
gosh.
That is Phil. It's like older Phil.
They're literally, the website is Greeks of Japan. The people that are working behind the Greeks of Japan group, bringing Japanese and Greek culture and people together. And Phil's name is Yanni.
Okay.
He owns a small wine importing company. He loves traveling, food, wine, and arts. It's Yanni Phil.
Mm-hmm. It's Yanni Phil.
Phil Yanni. Philharmonic.
And look, and they have someone named Christos.
And Konstantinos.
Do we know anyone named Konstantinos?
No, but I'm thinking of
Can-
someone who looks like a Konstantinos.
Oh my god, it is. It's Chris and Peter. It's Chris, Peter, and a fusion. Like if Yanni and Phil did the fusion from Dragon Ball, they would be this guy here. Oh my god.
Oh no.
It is totally them. Look at that. That's hysterical.
I don't have any events. I love it.
Peter's gonna leave. Oh my god.
You know what, Christos?
Does it begin with Jesus?
I
Because that
was
doesn't count.
just going to say, is their first name Jesus? Oh man.
The Japanese.
I
Japanese.
fucked up and
Uh-oh.
Ian's aunt sent us Christmas presents and I made him open it. And they're like really cute things. And
Put it back. Put it back.
oh, I put the lids back on the boxes, but I was like, damn it. I can't wait. Like, you can't send me a gift and then expect me to not open it. You know?
Why? I don't open stuff.
I open shit ASAP. Just like I can't like wait to give people gifts. Like when I get someone a gift, I'm like I have to give it to them right now. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at like, waiting to give people gifts. I don't
Hmm.
Sorry. That's my biggest fault.
Like, here's your present, and you just like opened it.
I literally go to the store. I'm like, "Oh, Rob's birthday's in a month. I'm going to go get him something." So I'll go to the store, I'll buy your birthday present, and then immediately
Look what I got you for your birthday.
drive to your home and give it to you unwrapped. Just enjoy it.
That's funny. No, Matt and I were just talking about presents because, like I have like a list that has like 500 things on it, and I'm the kind of
Naturally.
person that like if I get something from that list, like I'm not gonna be like upset. Does that make sense? Like I'm gonna be excited. I mean, even if I know what it's gonna be,
Well,
like you know what I'm saying?
I feel like if you have a list with 3,000 items on it, you have to
Mhm.
expect you're going to get something from that list. But I'm confused by you saying I wouldn't be upset. I would assume not, since it's the list of things you want.
Right. Amanda, on the other hand, has like a couple things on her list,
Okay.
and she explicitly said, just don't buy everything that's on my list. Like you know me, you know what I like, and it's like this is a trap. Like I don't.
Right. There should be some kind of like ranking system, you know?
Right, but I see her point of view too. You know what I'm saying? Just how I
Yes.
see your point of view is if you get something really dope, you're just like, oh my god, here it is.
Yeah, I just want to give people their presents. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that.
I can't help it. I'm horrible. Which is why I put off buying gifts until the last minute, and then I can't get what I want because I put it off. So it's like, well, I'd rather get it early and at least get what they want.
Or you buy everything, wrap it up, and then totally forget what you got people.
Oh my gosh, when I was,
A young boy, your father
yes, he
took
took
you to
me
the
into the
city.
city to see a marching band. What the fuck happened? What's happening?
I don't know.
There we
It's a
go.
Confucius.
Um, no, when I was young, I think I was like 8. I got a Christmas present for my parents on
Hmm.
Christmas morning. I'm opening all my gifts.
On Christmas Day, on Christmas Day.
I had to have been older than 8 because I was sick when I was 8. But I opened this box, this thing that was oddly shaped like a book, which is a
Uh huh.
strange gift to get a small child. And it was, oh shit, what was the name of the author? It was the book 40 Days of Purpose. Do you know what book I'm talking about?
40 Days of Purpose. I know of it now.
Yes. And as a 7 or 9-year-old, I was like, hmm.
I feel like that's good intent. I just feel
But
that
it
it's
wasn't
like
for me.
on the timeline.
No.
It,
They're like, read this in 18 years. No, but what happened was my mom, she thinks she's so sneaky. She's so good at wrapping gifts. So where the wrapping paper folds over underneath on the bottom, on the inside, she'll write the person's name that it's to and then wrap the present up so that she just has to lift the flap a little bit and she'll see the name.
Mm,
Well, she fucked up somehow and sent my Christmas gift to my great aunt,
oh,
and they were supposed to send her the 40 Days of Purpose, and instead
you got it.
it was mine. Yeah.
So
So,
what happened? Did you guys have like a Boxing Day gift exchange?
yeah, no. I was just like, I don't think this is for me. My mom was like, it's not. And I was just like, okay, thank you.
The best would have been if it was Santa that made the mistake,
Oh my God,
and then it's
right?
like that awkward like,
How do you play that
does
off
Santa
as a
hate me?
parent?
Like,
Yeah, and my mom's like, "No, I think Santa just thinks you need Jesus." Like, I don't know.
Santa
Like,
thinks you
I'm
need
like,
Jesus.
I haven't even gotten my period yet. What do you mean I need Jesus? Have you watched
You're
the
having impure
show?
thoughts already.
Right?
What?
Yeah, you really need to work on your budgeting and other adult things.
Oh my god.
Have you seen the show I'm Sorry
I'm sorry.
with
I
and
still
it's
haven't
by
rolled my chair.
Andrea Savage?
No, I'm not hip to all the new
No.
shows.
It's pretty
Have you seen
funny.
Bobo 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 Bo?
No.
Okay, well, there you go. See,
Okay,
I can do that too.
well, so I'm Sorry is really quirky. It's funny. Andrea Savage, she's a comedy writer. She was like she wrote on Step Brothers and stuff like that. But it's
Okay.
like a show about like a comedy writer in LA and her husband. Her husband is hilarious in the show. And then it's just really funny. Like there's a bunch of comedians in it that just kind of do like random little cameos. And then um my favorite character in the show is her daughter, who I think her daughter is 4 or 5. No, she's older than that. She's like, but no,
Okay.
but she's going to kindergarten, but she looks older. I don't know. I don't know kids. I don't like kids. But anyway,
Yeah.
the episodes are like super funny. Like, um, there's one
Is
where, like, she has a new classmate, and her classmate is a young African American girl, and then they, like her mom and their mom, like, they set up a play date, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna have a play date with" I can't remember her name, Elise or something, and then she's like, "I don't want to. I don't like the color of her skin," and then they have to, like,
oh shit.
figure out how to like get their young child to realize that like and then so there's all these jokes about like the daughter growing up to be a Nazi, and then there's another episode where she comes over and she has a piece of paper and she's like, "Mom, write this," and then she's reading the note she got from Santa last year, and then she's like trying to copy, like see if her mom writes the same way, and she's like, now write it like you're in a hurry, and then she like writes it faster, and she's like, "Why are you having me do this?" And she's like, "I just wanted to see if you're Santa," and then she's like, "Why would you think that I'm Santa?" And she's like, "Well, so and so's older brother said that Santa's just parents." And she's like, "Oh no, Paula." And then the little girl like walks away, and then the mom's like, "Haha, fuck you, I am Santa." Like it's just
What the fuck?
stupid it's hilarious. You guys should watch it. But it just cracks me up because like hopefully I will never have children and never have to figure these things out. But like when I think about like what parents have to go through, like on the fly, you never know what your kid's going to ask you, you know? And it's like, how do I explain things to my children like without completely fucking them up, you know?
Yeah.
I
Well, that's
can't
like always
imagine.
that was always my fear, and I always have that fear. Like anytime I interact with like a minor, like I'm always like afraid that I will say or do or like maneuver in a way that will like destroy their
Yep.
life. Like so I'm always like such a like stiff like a bored person. Like I'm made out of like 2x4s when there's a child around. I'm like, hello, small child, pat on head, like
Exactly. I assume you believe in Santa, God, the Easter Bunny, and that all people are good people. I don't know how to talk to kids.
yeah.
Did you read Lovely Bones? I don't even know what that book's about, Anna. Do you?
Isn't it about like murder or something? And like a girl's like a ghost.
Haven't a clue. I'm assuming it probably wasn't appropriate for a 9-year-old, though.
Yeah, I think it's like about like a serial killer or something. Is it? Let me see. The Lovely Bones. I'm gonna like cry after I read this.
The
Um.
synopsis gets you welling up.
To. Oh, okay.
Were you completely
Uh,
wrong?
yes. 14-year-old freshman girl want to be a photographer. She runs into her neighbor who coaxes her into underground kids hideout he built. Uh,
Okay, well, she
she
is a
grows
ghost.
she grows uncomfortable and attempts to leave, and Harvey grabs her, and the scene fades. Uh,
The serial killer. So there is
I
a
don't think he's
serial
just a
killer.
serial killer. I think he's also like a bit more.
Now I gotta look this up. Was there a movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with
Oh yeah,
Sorcerer,
right there. Yeah,
however the
she
hell
gets
you
raped
say her
and murdered
name.
by her neighbor.
He undressed her in the snow and she died cold. What if she died before she got cold?
Like of shock.
Like she died while she was still warm, and then when she died, then the snow made her cold.
I just I just think about all these people like because Amanda watches a lot of those like murder mystery shows and stuff, and I just think about like just to be on a happy note, like the last thing that happened to this person was like an incredibly awful, terrible thing, and then they died, and it was like it's just to me like it just shatters my freaking mind, you know.
Absolutely. But Michael Imperioli is in it. Oops. I love him.
So speaking of that, Gal Gadot never had Taco Bell, and
Oh
she had it
yeah,
on TV.
I wanted to click on that.
Segue, is that like a rough, like the roughest segue?
Well,
So
how
like
did that
rape and
work
murder.
out for
Taco
her?
Bell. She loved it. She said it was. She tried a bunch of American junk food, and I guess like she didn't particularly care for most of it. But then she tried Taco Bell, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get this again," because that's everyone's reaction to Taco Bell. You're always like, "I'm totally getting this again," when I'm sad and desperate and lonely. But it's
I
delicious.
Taco Bell is like the best fast food. Like Taco Bell and a sourdough jack. Like I would be content for the rest of my life. I feel like when people say they don't like Taco Bell, like no offense to anyone that doesn't like Taco Bell, but like if you don't like Taco Bell, I feel like
A
you
pox on you.
yeah, like I feel like they just think like people that like Taco Bell are below them. I don't know. Like Taco Bell is fucking delicious. I'm sorry. It's
But yeah,
so good.
but you can't go into Taco Bell like it's a Mexican. It's not a Mexican restaurant. It's fast food. It's junk food.
Yeah.
But out of the whole like fast food gamut, it's like it's actually not that bad. Like it's one of those places that like if someone's like I brought a bunch of McDonald's, you're like, "Oh, okay." And then someone's like I brought a bunch of Burger King, you're like, "Oh, okay." Someone's like I brought a bunch of Taco Bell. Everyone's like, "Hell yeah."
Yeah, let's go, buddy.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what my buddy James and I used to do. We would go to the office, and then after the office, after last call, we would run to 7-Eleven or whatever was open. We would get a 12-pack of beer, and then we would go to Taco Bell and we get their big Taco Bell box. Because I
Mhm.
remember we would both have 6 beers, and then we would have, what is it, 3 tacos and 3 burritos or whatever that
Yep. Well,
was.
you
Like,
get yeah, 6 and 6.
yeah, we would stay up until like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning playing on Xbox Live, the poker. They had the Microsoft the poker room where you would play
Yeah.
with like your little dude or whatever, and like that's what we would do. This is like as stupid as it's like so much fun, dude. But we do this religiously, except for when one of us had to open. Actually, no, we would still do it. And James would always be like, I was like, "Are you sure you're going to be able to open?" He said, "Yeah, yeah." And you're sure you're not going to call me in the morning and tell me I have to open? He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And goddamn it, if every morning he would call me
You
and
would have to
say,
open.
"Hey, can you open?" I was like, "Motherfucker." But those were good times, man. I liked living in Del Mar. It was great. That's really nice. I never went to the track. Like, I literally lived behind the track, and I never went there for
I haven't
anything.
been down there. I've been to the fair. We went 1 year. The fair is a big deal. Like, I think we went to the OC Fair 1 year, and then 2 years later, we went to the Del Mar Fair. And then we were like, okay, we're going to flip flop like every other year. And I think this was our year to go to the Orange County Fair, and obviously it didn't happen.
Mhm. Gee,
It's
why
just,
not?
I know, it's just so expensive. Like, fairs are supposed to be fun, and it's crazy. Oh my gosh. This is why we stopped going to the fair. So it was the first, I think we went to San Diego Fair first and then the Orange County Fair because Ian was still trying to like impress me, and that ship has
Mhm.
long but sailed. And so we're at the fair, and then he was trying to be all cute and be like, I'm going to win you a prize from the carnival games. And I was like, okay. And he was like, what do you want? Like, let's walk around and look at a thing that you want. And we were walking around, and there was really nothing I liked, but there were these big unicorns. Like, I don't think they were as big as uni, but they were big. And I was like, that's what I want. And this is like, oh, fuck, 3 years ago. So we go up, and the game is the one where it has like the sloped board and like a glass bottle, and then you have like a fishing pole with a hoop on the end, and you have to get the bottle and you have to stand it up, right?
Right.
I
Which
have,
are all those are all freaking rigged.
well, so I don't even know. Not we. I don't even know how much money he spent on this game. Like, we were the only people there, and the whole time the guy's going around, he's like, "It's just that." Like, we have an inside joke where we just say, "It's just that easy," because the guy was walking around doing it the whole time, like, "It's just that easy." So anyway, finally, after like an hour, I was so over it. He gets it. Like, he stands it up, right? And then he's like, "Oh my God." And we're like, "We got it. We got it." And they come over. Well, he picked up the pole because he was all excited, and the ring came off the top of the bottle, and they were like, "Oh, it doesn't count. There's a big sign that says you have to leave the ring on the neck of the bottle." I was A, margarita drunk, and B,
Oh shit, that's like the worst kind of drunk.
livid. Yeah, everyone turns into like a stereotypical like white mother, like everything is an inconvenience. And so I was so mad, and we immediately just left when they were like, "You're not getting a prize." And I was like, "No one fucking told me." Even though I didn't do it at all, but yeah, it was awful. So we literally went from there straight to the car and just drove home, and haven't played a carnival game since cuz that was
Well,
misery.
you know me, I'm obsessed with TikTok, and I found this guy that used to work at a carnival on TikTok, and he was basically going over and like explaining like how all the games are rigged, you
Uh-huh.
know, and how like the basketball hoop, the hoops are oval and the balls are overinflated, and how like the milk toss or whatever, like
The ring toss on the carton or the milk jugs?
no, the ones where it's like the milk jugs that are stacked, you have to throw the ball at
Oh,
them.
right,
Like,
right.
yeah, like the ones on the bottom have sand in them, and so they weigh more. And they
Uh,
said like the ring toss, where you toss the ring on the bottle, like the ring is exactly the size of like the bottle, so like it fits in like perfectly if you do it with your hand. And he also says that sometimes they'll show you how easy it is, but like the stuff that they have now, this might not be at every carnival. He prefaced that, and I'll preface that too. I've never worked at a carnival, but he said that basically like sometimes they'll do it to show you how easy it is, but like their stuff will be
the
like
appropriate size?
right, like bigger, underinflate. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
it's like so easy. And they said that you can ask them like, "Oh, hey, can I use your ball or can I use your whatever?" And then they're like, "Oh, okay." Oh, and he said the worst one, the little ducky one little kids do, where it's like you pick up the duck, and if it's like green, it's a small prize. If it's blue, it's a medium prize. If it's red, it's like a big prize.
Yeah.
He says that they get the guys that are really sly, and like they don't actually have any of like the big prizes in there.
Uh-huh.
But they have the duckies like in their pocket or in their apron, and so when you like call them out, like, "Are there any?" He says, "Yeah, sure," and they like lean over and they pick the one that's actually in their apron out to show you that, see, there is one in there. And if you win too much, like you're too good, like they will actually ban you and like take your picture, and then like they'll never let you back. And no, it gets even better. He says that they will sometimes hire people, right?
Yeah.
Or they will have like, if you work, they'll have like your family members walking around with the giant prizes, so it looks like you can actually win the stuff.
Oh.
Now, does that happen all the time? Probably not. Same thing as like casino and winning odds and whatever. The odds are always in the house's favor. Do the houses cheat at the casino? I wouldn't say cheat. I'd just say that they make money and they're very good at it, and they've been doing it for a very long time. And no one is as professional at gambling as they are. So,
Yeah. Which, like, um,
plus, Rose, if you want to go, I don't know if I should call you by your real name or your screen name. So I'm just going to call you by your screen name. Um, if you go on Alibaba, or you can actually buy those prizes, or you can actually buy them directly from Fiesta Toys for like less than how much it would be to play the damn game.
Yep,
But it's
I have
not the same thing.
almost the same unicorn. Ian got it on Justice, like the little girls store website, because like I said, this is still back when he was trying to like woo me. He didn't win the unicorn, so he went and bought me one. I think in hindsight, now that I own a life-sized unicorn and like 3,000 other unicorns, if he would
Mhm.
have known what it was going to spiral into, he probably wouldn't have bought me that unicorn. But
Oh my god.
actually, I think that's Uni. I think this is Eunice. I don't know. They all have like the same fucking name. Um,
Eunuch?
absolutely not.
Yeah, it's $12 if you buy it directly from Fiesta Toys
Ugh.
plus shipping. Dude, they have a little Bob Ross. Are you kidding me?
Oh, you're hooked.
Oh god, it's so cute. And it's sold out. Oh my god, you have to look at this. I'm sending you the link in chat.
Okay, I'll pull it up on
That
my
way
phone.
that
Oh.
way everybody can. No, I'm sorry, in our chat. Yep. I freaking love it, dude.
That's
Like I
really
want it
cute.
so bad. I
You
like the
can
bottom
get
of the foot
it.
says
What?
chill.
Oh yeah, you can get it in up to 2 feet tall, big
Oh my
animals,
god.
unicorns. Oh, they're so cute. Oh no, this is a
Uh-oh.
hat? It doesn't have a, oh, it does have a horn. That's a bad picture.
Dude, here you go. You like unicorns? There we go.
Okay. What is it? Poop. Just the little rainbow. He
It
look
poops a little.
his little like with his legs up, he looks like a Rick and Morty character.
That's the squatty potty guy.
Pull out a rainbow poo from his squatty butt.
Oh god.
Hmm.
Hey, they have
Dookie
Gudetama, my favorite.
unicorn.
Lazy egg, because it reminds me of
Aw,
me.
I love Gudetama.
Because it reminds me of me when it's like winter. I'm just like laying in bed.
Well, did you see there was a TikTok where it was, oh god, that girl who her friend was sending her. I would have sent it to you if I knew that you like even knew who Gudetama was, but um was sending her, oh god, what was it? Oh, it was like the Pokemon, but they were like the muscly men. And then she's like, I decided to send her this present back. Or they sent her a coloring book of like the muscly Pokemon. So then she drew like the muscly Gudetama and sent it back. Oh man.
No, what is this? I don't want to
TikTok.
see these swole Pokemon. Oh god, it reminds me of that picture of Doug Trio. What Doug Trio looks like.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one's like disturbing as sin.
I'm never gonna find it. What? Gudetama fettuccine? What's this?
Is it Italian Gudetama? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Yes. His butt, dude. That dude. We're watching it at the exact same time. Well, I'm watching it at the same time as your stream. Oh my god.
What is this?
Can
There's like
Oh
all
my
these
god.
1 minute long videos of Gudetama.
Okay, this is what I need since I want to become a VTuber, and I realize that I can never be like a little like anime girl. I want
Oh,
it to be like a thing, like a creature. I want to be some kind of like potato man that looks like Gudetama. Like, is that doable? Can
I
someone like
want to be. Yes.
design like a potato version of me with glasses,
Yes.
please? I will give you no money because I'm broke, but I will give you my eternal thanks.
Oh my God. I love that. I want to be like a potato man.
What's Ian doing right now?
Ian will draw you as a potato man. So
Like,
what?
I'm trying to see, like, I'm trying to think. I don't know, there's this one, if you literally type in potato man, uh, there is a Steam curator called Mr. Potato Man, and I kind of like how that looks.
Which one?
Let me see, I have to go onto your. See, it's the one with the blue background at the very top, Mr. Potato
Oh,
Man.
I see.
Some of these are disturbing, like that man with potato skin. Like, I don't like
Yeah,
that.
I
I don't
don't
want to see
like
that.
that at all.
Although I do like the original Mr. Potato Head when he had a little body.
Yeah.
That's like,
Oh, you could be this one.
with the headphones.
No.
Oh man. Okay. Eyes are a bit. Just make me a potato man.
I love this one. Man potato, man potato.
Oh god. What have I done?
This is awful. This one's even worse.
Dude, there are some really.
Like we're
Oh,
like,
the sad salesman, man potato. I don't hate man potato. His hands make me uncomfortable though. Oh god, that one's really bad.
oh, you're looking at the other one? Oh yeah, the little cute one. The sad salesman is so cute, but yeah, the next one is pretty grotesque. Gudetama. Gudetama.
What are like Italian potatoes look like?
Do Italians have different potatoes than non-Italians?
I don't know.
Bet you're about to find out.
I type in Italian potatoes and it's. I didn't think potatoes was spelled like toes.
Toes. Just like
Yeah.
tomatoes.
Oh god, I just thought of something really gross.
Saw or thought?
I thought of.
I
It's
can't
a
wait till you
tomato.
tell me. Uh-huh.
It's a tomato, but instead of it looking like a tomato, it looks like a big toe, but it's red, but it has a little nail on it. And the little green part, instead of it being the stem, it's like little green hairs. That is really disgusting, and that's what popped into my head.
Okay, well, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Look at this one.
Would you look up tomato toe?
Just
Yeah, I like that.
tomato, but spelled Toe. Oh, the chowder. Oh, okay. Man, Chowder was a good show.
I like chowder.
Chowder is a good show. My favorite cat that ever came into the animal shelter when I worked there, I named him Chowder, and he was this little black cat, and he was the most precious thing. I remember when he got adopted. The lady I'm sure was a wonderful cat mom, but I fucking hated her. I was like, "He is special." And she was like, "Okay." But he was so cute, and I drew this little picture of Chowder, and then for my what was it? My best friend was Jehovah's Witness, so like she couldn't celebrate holidays, but I'd still give her like a birthday card or like make her things for like random things and not holidays. And I think it was her birthday or something. I like painted a little card of Chowder. What was Chowder's girlfriend's name? This little pink bunny thing. What the fuck was her name?
Uh,
I don't remember. But anyway, I drew the two of them together and I painted it.
Martha Stewart.
No, but close.
No, that's her name. Oh,
The,
Panini.
it is Panini. Where the hell did you get Martha Stewart from?
I'd literally type in Chowder girlfriend and it said Martha Stewart. Dude, I'm
What?
Mrs. Endive is for because fuck it's the frickin' Google like algorithm is like so dumb. Like let me I don't know how am I supposed to show you? I need to show you this. Look,
Chowder girlfriend.
look, I'm 100% legit.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Okay. I'm sending it to you in Discord.
Oh, I was saying just share your screen, but it's okay. Chowder girlfriend. That's Martha Stewart's new name.
Look, I'm telling you, Google it, and then you read it, and it has absolutely nothing to do. I mean, Google. Look up my Discord. It has absolutely nothing to do with what I looked up, because the Google algorithm, the Google algorithm is on crack. Right? See, Rose saw the same thing. Is
That's
Chowder related to
wild.
Mung?
Ooh, click on what is schnitzel. I've always wondered what schnitzel is. Wada 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 wada. Also, can we talk about how Gal Gadot looks like an alien in that thumbnail?
In that article, yeah.
She looks fucking wild. That's not
What if
normal.
she is though?
I mean, wouldn't doubt it. She like low-key
Dude,
is
you
Wonder
know what?
Woman IRL.
It's totally retouched.
Yeah, they
I
like
think that
sucked out her
picture of her is
bones.
retouched. Because
Chowder.
they always retouch the pictures to make them look like
Is Chowder addicted? I want to know what species is schnitzel?
I thought you were gonna say which species is Gal Gadot.
What is schnitzel from Chowder? It doesn't even say. I like how they like. I mean, obviously they credit the voice actor, but he doesn't even say words. A 38-year-old. I'm sorry. A 38-year-old. Hold on. In the final episode, Mung is now retired with Truffles, leaving the catering company to Chowder. Schnitzel, a 38-year-old taupe rock monster and professional chef. I like how like he's 38 years old. He's a fucking taupe rock monster. It's so specific. He's 38 years old.
Oh my god! So he's made out of rock.
He's just a rock monster. Rock monster. Yeah, yeah.
Rock monster. Oh look, Rock's monster Chowder comes back. Yeah, Schnitzel. Just
A
he is a
38.
tritagonist.
I saw that. I've never heard that word before.
Okay, well, Google is your friend. Let's see. The person who is the third in importance after the protagonist and the deuteragonist.
What comes after that? Quadragonist? Let's see. Quintagonist.
What is the fourth person called?
What is the fourth person? Quintagonist. Tetragonist. That's 4.
Is there like a list of
Am
all
I gonna
agonists?
get in trouble for googling sextagonist? Heptagonist. Okay. Hep. Sep. Hexagonist.
Okay, but if you look up agonist, then it's a chemical that binds to the receptor and activates the receptor to produce a biological response.
Yeah, because it's antagonist, not anagist. What'd you type?
Agonist. Just no, just agonist. I'm trying to like out Google the Google. Google sucks now, dude.
You
Like
know,
it's so hard. It is so hard to look anything up now.
that
Like it is legitimately impossible.
um that absolutely does suck, but you know what also sucks?
Vacuum cleaners.
No,
There's a new type of COVID. That sucks.
no, the fact that we got this TV in our bedroom and I was like, "Cool, now we can watch TV in bed." And then I started doing my cross stitching again and I was like, "Oh, I can cross stitch in bed." And then of course, Ian picks a new TV show and it's in fucking Japanese. So I have to watch the TV show to read the subtitles. He couldn't have picked a show and he doesn't even like
Oh my god.
subtitles. I'm like, "You couldn't have picked a show
Does he
that."
speak Japanese?
No.
Oh. How does he watch it without subtitles then?
No, no, no. I just mean I can't watch it without subtitles. Like he watches it with subtitles, but I can't cross stitch while we watch it because I have to read the subtitles. So I'd be
Okay.
like, and then I was accidentally watching the English dubbed version momentarily yesterday, and it's
Uh,
awful.
dude, that's the problem. I'm watching Iron Blooded Orphans right now,
Yeah, I
and
have
it's like,
no idea what that is.
it's Gundam. Uh,
Okay.
and it's I watch them with subtitles and in English. I don't watch because I don't know. I'm a monster. Okay, and it just bothers me how the subtitles and the English dub don't match. I don't know why it gets under my skin so much.
I can understand that being annoying.
No, it's irritating. I
Yeah.
need a glass of water.
Do you want to take our quick break here?
Yes, our less than 5 minute break, so I can get a glass of water.
Yes. We shall reconvene in a few. Cue the
Less than
shitty.
5 minutes.
Yeah, like
Don't
four and a
leave.
quarter.
Yes.
Me don't leave.
Yeah, don't leave.
Why? I'm back
No,
before you.
our fans.
Oh, yeah. Anna, please, God, don't leave. Okay, I'll be back.
All right, I'll be Mozart.
Okay.
White and black. Dude, I just downed some chicken nuggets I made.
Were they yummy?
Yes, Amanda said they're too thick though, because I made them like. Oh, great! You went on when I was doing my banana now. Nice, that's
Yep,
fantastic.
I did that on purpose.
You would. You were just sitting there. You're waiting.
I was just waiting for you to start making some obscene noises so I could click
That's an
back.
obscene noise, isn't it?
I don't know, is it anymore?
Are farts obscene anymore? The news story at 7. Oh man, I cannot breathe. I don't know what it is. I think like my allergies or something, man. Something's going on right now, and like I cannot breathe. And no me gusta. Remember that? Remember that me gusta? That was good, man.
What?
Whatever happened to the me gusta guy?
Who's the Me Gusta guy?
The 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 just Google it.
Just Google Me Gusta guy?
Yeah, they were like the old like meme guys. Like they're like really poorly animated ones.
Oh,
You don't remember?
I was but a wee tot.
How long ago was that? Was that like a long time ago?
I don't know. Is that as zoomed in as I can get?
10 years ago. Oh my god, yes. Holy crabgrass. It was from 2010. Like an eternity ago.
Yeah,
That is.
there's Twitch streamers that weren't even born then.
Oh my god. I didn't think that they could be online if they were like. They were like
Under
that.
13.
Yeah.
I
Was that like.
don't know. That was like so 2017. No one cares about that shit anymore.
Oh my goodness. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to order McDonald's chicken nuggets again after I'm making my own.
Wow,
I have a feeling.
you're that sure?
Yeah, they're really good, dude. I wish I could send some to you, like, but there's no dry ice to send stuff with, so.
Is there like a
Oh, what did
dry ice shortage?
Yeah, they're using it all for food delivery services and COVID vaccines.
Oh. How do you make dry ice?
Carbon dioxide. So we're also going to have fizzy shortages.
Oh no. All those people who got soda streams for Christmas.
Yeah, dry ice is made by liquefying carbon dioxide and injecting it into a holding tank. That's pretty dope. And it just comes out of little tubes. They have little tubes of dry ice that basically poop it out.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
That's like
How
one of
to
those
make dry
things.
ice.
You
There's a
should
wiki how
try it.
No, yeah, that's what it says. It says you get a fire extinguisher and you put it in a bag. Oh my god, dude! You just like.
This sounds horribly unsafe.
Do not try this at home. Are you kidding me? You need a CO2 fire extinguisher.
Are you
Oh my
looking at
god.
the... Oh, yeah.
The wiki how?
This looks like a Disney Vacation subreddit. I like how they're using a pillowcase.
Is that what he said, a pillowcase? I thought it was a garbage. Yeah, it's a pillowcase.
Yeah. A wide open outdoor area where children or pets are not in close proximity.
But notice how he does this like in his house. Like the first picture is him in his house doing it.
I like the picture of the guy who's dressed for the part. He's got protective goggles, leather work gloves, leather shoes, a lab coat, and just pants. Like
What is
if
he
they
like?
didn't tell you to put pants on, you'd have people wearing this exact outfit sans pants. Just like
just pantless. Dude, but where does he work? Like, I've worked in warehouses before, but not in a warehouse where you had like lab coats. Like, I feel like he works for like some secret government facility.
I have no idea, but you cannot tell me that all it takes is a fire extinguisher and a fucking pillowcase. And this man really take the horn out of the pillowcase. Keep the fabric tight against the horn to wipe off any ice sticking to it. You should find a small pile of dry ice at the bottom of the pillowcase.
So, just letting you know, a CO2 fire extinguisher is $150 plus. So,
I feel like there's a
you
cheaper
can
way to obtain condensed CO2.
like it's more expensive to like freaking buy a fire extinguisher than it would be for what's it called? Oh, wait a second. All right, how about this one? This basic fire extinguisher looks like it's $15. Is it a CO2
Well,
fire
but this
extinguisher?
says if you can't get your hands on a CO2 fire extinguisher, you can just get a canister of CO2. Use dry ice to kill yard pests. Because carbon dioxide is heavier than air, it will displace air out of any container. It's possible to use this principle to kill moles, gophers, and other pests that are tearing up your yard. To do this, push 1 to 2 inch sized pieces of dry ice into each hole and cover up the top with dirt. It didn't even tell you. It says into each hole. What holes? It didn't even say about making the holes. Do this for as many holes as possible, ideally all of them. The dry ice will sublimate and form CO2 gas, forcing the oxygen and suffocating the pests. That is horrible.
Yeah,
You
that
don't
is.
need
Yeah,
matches. Where the fuck did matches come into play?
can I make dry ice in the
I was
microwave?
just going to say this post literally says no. I wasn't even reading the question. I was just reading the answer that said no, it will not work to make it in the microwave.
17 people said that was not helpful. Like,
Yeah.
it's science. You can't unscience it. Like, I don't like physics. Fuck you, poster. Like,
Or I like this one. How can a fire extinguisher make dry ice? The person said, you can read the article above to answer your question. 24 people said it wasn't helpful. He should go back in and reply and just copy and paste the entire article. How do you come to a page that's literally all about making dry ice with a fire extinguisher and ask the question, can you use a fire extinguisher? Like, nope.
oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
This person, dry ice is a solid form of CO2. Is it possible to make dry ice without CO2, right? This person says dry ice is a solid form of CO2. There, it is unlikely that you can make it without its most basic component. And one person was like, not helpful. Excuse me, I'd like to make ice without water. Joke's on you, bud.
Hot ice is a thing?
Hmm?
This question it says, what's the difference between dry ice and hot ice? And I was like,
What is hot ice?
what
I feel
is
like.
it's hot ice is composed of sodium acetate.
Oh, that's. Yeah. Not helpful. Where's my not helpful button for you?
Here's one. How much of the stuff in the article above do I need to make a 2-foot tall block of dry ice? Probably about 5 to 8 fire extinguishers. So, like $2,500.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
I wonder if you could go to a scuba store if they have like CO2. Because I remember when I got my soda stream and also when I used to paintball, they were like, if you don't have like a paintball store, like just go to like a scuba store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I
Now we're getting
want
into like Yeah.
Why would I want to make dry ice? Like, no.
I would respond with, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, like, why are you in this article?
Can you make dry ice bullets?
Ooh,
Yes.
uncommon uses for dry ice.
A gun that transform your tears into bullets. That's not what I came in here looking for, but
What? Oh.
Chen was born in Taiwan, where she was brought up with a strong sense of authority and taught that disagreeing with teachers was rude. Oh boy, you got me now. Because of this, she struggled to question her tutors when she came to the Netherlands to study for master's degrees. After years of suppressing emotions to avoid rudeness, her design is a literal expression of her internal struggle to speak her mind. This girl was so repressed that she became a supervillain that concentrated her tears into a gun. Like, this is like how Marvel gets like their character designs. Like,
Yeah.
it's the tearjerker, This is the last tear I will shed over you.
Oh.
Her arch nemesis, Tissue Man.
No, it's the Japanese guys that'll come wipe your tears
The
for
come on
you.
your tears. That's dude. It's been going on for years. It's like a secret war, so each country's like escalating.
Yeah, Japan caught wind of what this woman from where? Taiwan. They were like, we cannot have that weapon here.
Meanwhile, in Milwaukee, someone's becoming the there lady.
Oh, yes.
Just to like defend herself, she's like, there. Gives her like that weird hug pat on the back.
Oh, the
Jesus.
tearjerker. I liked
The
that one a lot.
tearjerker. It's the tearjerker.
Oh.
My favorite, when we were in the warehouse, we used to come up with like the worst superheroes ever.
Uh-huh.
And I always had this funny one, which I don't remember if I heard on TV or I came up with it, but we'll just say I came up with it, was Biclops, the man with two eyes. But we came up with a guy that he could shoot easy cheese out of his fingers at any distance.
Uh-huh.
But obviously would have to follow physics and everything. Another one that you could
Naturally.
you could sneeze on command, and you would shoot pennies out of your nose. Okay.
Okay. What kind of
But
velocity are we talking about here?
300 miles an hour.
Okay. But
it was directly linked to your net worth. So it would start coming out of your bank account at first, and then your property value would diminish, and then your car would start rusting, till pretty soon you were just naked, and then you couldn't use your power anymore.
Oh man.
Another one is you could create bubbles, but they would have to come out of your butt, and it was only when you farted. Those are the only ones I really remember.
Oh.
And then I came up with another one the other day. I don't remember. It was really funny. It was the same thing as Biclops, but it was basically like some like super basic like hero.
Yeah.
Those like I have to ask Amanda. And that's what we would do at work instead of working. Was come up with superhero names. Dude, I look like a scrub. Like this new angle is just showing me like how awful I look. At least my hair's got like that nice little curl to it.
Yeah, your hair is very curly.
It's like,
Not on the left side, only on the right side. The left side's kind of flat. We don't talk about the left side.
but look at that. That's like,
You do have the mullet curl.
that is the mullet curl.
I'm gonna need you at some point, like, just don't even think about a haircut for like the next 5 months. And the beginning of next summer, you're gonna take your hair, you're gonna part it right here to the backs of
Hmm.
your ears, and you're gonna take everything you part and you're gonna pin it back, and then everything in the front, you're gonna cut 3 inches off.
Okay.
But you're gonna leave the back completely alone.
Can we just talk about how your curtain and my curtain look remarkably similar? And it could be that we're just like, we're literally just looking
We're,
at each other.
we're in the
Like,
same room. Yeah, we're just on the. Yeah, our computers are backed up to each other. I don't think I ever knew you had a curtain there.
it's a window.
Well, so is my. I don't just have a
Oh.
random curtain hanging on my wall. Like, no shit.
Oh, jeez.
Here's a bare wall. What should we do with it? Put a curtain on it.
Yeah, just throw a curtain on
Maybe
this.
people will think we have a window and we don't.
Yeah, people, they'll never know.
Right? Anna,
They'll
his
never
hair
know.
is similar to yours, but I don't think he has as much hair as you. Anna has a lot of hair.
I used to have thick hair, and then I turned 30, and then, well, I still have my hairline a little bit. It hasn't gone away yet.
Your hairline looks fine. I still have mine. I have like a tiny bit of recession.
No,
I don't think that's recession. I just have my hair pulled back.
no, recession's what's happening right now, not in our head.
Yeah, you have more hair than him for sure. You have a lot of hair.
I mean, I'm pretty hairy though, man. I mean, you can't see it because it's blonde, but it's there.
I don't know, Anna, do you have a lot of arm hair? It's not something I generally discuss with my female friends. I'm like, I'm generally in charge of the hair up here. All the rest I'm not too familiar with.
I was reading that there in Germany there was a what's it called? They have pubic hair salons.
Well, funny you should say that. I would love to do hair in Germany. And
you ask people what you do. Well, I'm a pubic stylist.
oh my
I mean,
god.
I'm sure actually because of the nature of it, you could probably charge substantially more.
Absolutely. You shaved what to thin it out? What hair are we talking about?
I think there is an incorrect amount of like hair shaming on one of the two sexes, and I think it's bullshit.
I know, guys should totally be allowed to shave their armpits and not get weird looks.
I used to when I was on the swim team, I had to shave everywhere, but I'm glad I don't.
Yeah, I like never shave my legs just because what's the fucking point, you know?
Hmm. It doesn't matter, but see, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. Like, it's a whole like patriarchal like thing about like, and obviously, if you like to do it because you like to do it, that's your own. You know, that's your jam. That's you. That's your body. You know, you have the option to do.
It's your
You know,
prerogative.
right, right. But as far as like the general like the fact that like the social norms are like, oh well, women should shave like their legs and their arms. It's like, says who? Like, I don't know, like the same thing that I got, but like women should wear makeup, but it's like if a dude wants to wear makeup, like there should be nothing wrong with it, you know?
Yeah.
So
I don't know, it's weird, but I personally like have to shave my armpits. That's
mhm.
one of the ones where I'm kind of like, eh.
But that's, I mean, like I said, that's on, you know.
Shaving your arms can help you if you're getting too warm. I have never looked at my arm hairs and been like, thank God I don't need a sweater today.
I used to shave my chest and I hated it, so I would make designs out of it. And one of this ex at the time she was my ex, but she used to wax all the time, and I
Yeah.
was like walking around without a shirt like an idiot. And she's like, "Hey, come here," and I was like, "What?" And she literally slaps like the fucking hot wax at the paper, like in the middle of my chest, and I was like, "What the fuck?" You know?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you can't get it off. You have to like let it like cool, and then you have to take it off." And I was like super pissed, dude. And when we ripped it off, like literally my entire chest just started bleeding, like from every single like follicle hole. Like it was just like it was like 2 seconds of like ow, oh my god, and then just like just gushing blood, like. And you know the cartoons when like they like shoot the guy in the cartoon and like he drinks the water and then the water like comes out like of all the whole, you know what I'm talking about, like the
Yeah.
old like Looney Tunes. Yeah, it was like that but with blood and me. And
Oh.
so
I bought a wax pot because I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wax my legs. Like, it'll be great. I'm gonna wax my arms. I'm gonna wax my legs." Like, it's a little hard to wax your armpit because you have to like lay down because you need the skin to be taut, and so generally, like, you pull the skin or
when do you
whatever.
need to teach your skin?
Anyway, so your armpit is
Bad
sometimes,
skin here, rip.
yeah.
I'll show you. You dare
um,
fuck with my standards.
Well, so I bought this a wax pot and it's hard wax. So you put the wax on and then the wax dries and you rip it off.
You
You
put the
don't,
wax on, then you take the wax off.
yeah, exactly. But you don't have to use like the paper strips. Like it's hard wax. So you just put it on and it dries and you rip that off. And so I got it and I put it, I think, on my arm first. And I was such a puss. Like you literally, and like I like can wax for a living. Like I'm licensed to wax and I'm so scared of hurting people. Like my lip is no big deal. Waxing your lip is super easy. But I put it on my arm and I like was like and it felt like if you took like 40 sewing needles and just like stabbed me and like oh, and then like a tear welled up in my eye and I was like fuck, and I had like half the wax off my arm, and so I was like slowly pulling it because I was so terrified and it hurt so badly. But mind you, I had already put the wax on my leg, so
Oh shit.
I was like this sucks but I have to do it. And like oh my god, it was, I'm sure if someone did it to me and they knew what they were doing more than I did, it would be a lot more efficient and less painful. But waxing
Mm.
yourself is like a no-go. It hurt so badly. I was like, okay, well, I bought enough wax to last me to the end of the world if I'm just waxing
Just
my lip.
once this is all over, just start bringing it to the studio with you and be all like,
I
you could be
hate
like
waxing.
my freaking the last time I went to get my hair cut. The lady was like, "Oh, you have really big bushy eyebrows. Do you want me to fix them for you?" And I was like, I wouldn't have opened that way. Like, like coming in and attacking. And I understand that maybe culturally, because you have to realize in Houston, there's a very, very big like Vietnamese population here.
Okay.
And so maybe like I know all I know are the stereotypes. I don't actually have anyone, I don't actually personally know anyone who's Vietnamese or have I lived around Vietnamese people, but I know the stereotype. And I guess that like it's a very like that straightforwardness, I guess, is very typical. I mean, am I wrong?
Oh, no, not at all.
That like, oh man, you look terrible. What's wrong with you? Like kind of stuff that you normally wouldn't say like
Oh, yeah,
in our
no.
in our culture. It's not exactly like
The
I
norm.
don't know.
Let's see. And fuck the patriarchy. Yeah, I mean, they're not that sensitive. If you go and just like rip it off, it's not that bad, especially because usually females' armpits are like the skin might be sensitive, but generally from shaving your armpits so
Hmm.
much and wearing deodorant, they get desensitized in the sense that like the pain isn't as much, like, as opposed to waxing your legs or waxing your arms, the hairs are a little bit different in texture.
Yeah.
So but that's where the issue comes in, Anna, what I was talking about being able to hold the skin taut, because when the skin is loose and you pull wax off, you're pulling this. I keep using my lip because I need to fucking wax it, I get my little mustache, but it pulls the skin or the skin comes up. So when the skin is taut, you rip the wax off and the skin doesn't pull up too. It's just the hairs coming out. So with your armpit, you really want it to be super taut. Otherwise, if you're pulling your armpit skin, like that is gonna fucking hurt. But if it's nice and taut and you rip it out, it's really not that bad.
Yeah. Also, don't use Nair. I
No,
made that.
I used
I made that
face
terrible
nair.
decision once.
What'd you? Oh, I can only imagine what you used it on.
It was really bad. I'm never using it again.
No, it's. I think
I
like
literally
that's like
thought
a rite of
I thought I was
passage.
gonna die. I literally thought I had to go to the hospital. Like,
But I think that's a rite of passage. Like if you've never used Nair on your
you never
nethers,
know to not use it.
you then like I don't. You're not an adult to me. Everyone has
Even
to
if
make
it's
that mistake as like a old teenager, young adult. Like you gotta. The packaging looks appealing. It looks like it's gonna do the job you want. You
and
know.
they say for sensitive areas, so you buy into their bullshit. And you're like, okay,
Exactly. You're like,
sure.
it can't be worse than shaving, and like nothing is worse than Nair. Like realistically,
Mhm. It's like literally, I'm assuming that that's like, it's basically like it's napalm. That's what it is. It's like,
it's basically napalm. Yeah, Anna, not a good. Those are two products, Nair and Sunin, that I can't even. So one time I was at my friend's house, and my friend and
what's wrong
his
with putting hydrogen peroxide and lemon juice in your hair? I'm sure it'll do wonders for the
oh,
structure and.
it's it the thing that hurts the most is your wallet when it turns out like shit and you have to go to the hairstylist to get it fixed and they find out you have sunnin in your hair and there's only X amount of things they can now do to your hair to fix
Mhm.
it. It's a mess. So
Just shave it.
exactly, just bick it. Just spend $8, shave it.
They
My
have the one that has the little wheels. Have you seen that? It's got the little Hot Wheels wheels that you can like shave. Have you seen that? It's a little razor and it has little wheels on it. They're like little Matchbox Hot Wheels wheels, and you use it to, to shave
I don't know
to
about
shave
all that. Could you imagine you like come into the salon and I pull that out?
it.
And I'm like, don't worry, I'm a pro. Okay, but
Whatever. George Clooney used that vac. I'm sorry. I keep segueing.
oh,
Go ahead.
he uses the Flowbee.
Mm-mm.
Is that what it's called? Flowbee?
I think so. Good for him.
You know they sold out. Like they haven't had like big sales. Like it's kind of like a
Until then,
novelty gift. And as soon as coronavirus started, they were selling for like $350 because like people everywhere was freaking out. Um no, but I was at my friend's house one time and they're two brothers. One's my age, one's 2 years younger. And
yeah.
their parents moved out of state, but they left them the house. So, I mean, I was fuck like 20, and so my friend was 20, 21, and his parents like left him this house, right? And his little
Uh,
brother lives there, and now him and his wife live there. He got married, but his little brother moved out of state. Doesn't matter. So we go over there one time. We used to like hang out. We would like our dogs would hang out. We were neighbors. We smoked a lot of pot together. So I come over to his house one day for the usual, we're all going to get together, and his little brother is in the kitchen doing something. And
yeah.
we're like in the backyard, we're like getting all stoned, and we come back in the house, and finally his little brother's name's Ian, and I was like, Ian, like, what the hell are you making? And he's like, oh, napalm. And I was like, what? And then he's like, "Oh yeah, like I found this recipe. I'm making napalm." So then he proceeds to somehow, I don't know how napalm works, but he either lit it on fire or it spontaneously combusted. And now he
Oh
has
my
this
god.
saucepan on fire. Their kitchen, their poor kitchen. The whole wall was just black because all of a
Oh my
sudden, like, we're
god.
hanging out, we're with the dogs, like we're high, like we're kicking it, trying to have no stress express. All of a sudden Ian's like, guys, I don't know what's going on. And we like run in the kitchen and there's like a flame. So then we open the front door and they had like these redneck neighbors. The redneck neighbors are in their front yard. Like they had a bonfire, like a fire pit. And this is in like a nice neighborhood. And these guys
Oh
are
my
outside. They have like a
god.
fire in their front yard and they're working on their like lifted trucks. They're blasting country music. Like these are like Confederate flag donning people. And they're all out there
Yeah.
like drinking beer, working on their trucks. And the three of us fucking idiots come running outside with like a pan on fire and Ian just like throws it into the yard. So then it like spreads onto the ground. So
Oh.
then there's just like this napalm fire and like you know Patrick and I are like way too stoned to have any idea what to do. Like, I guess don't put water on napalm. I have no idea. So that finally
Mhm.
I was like, you know what? This is too much to handle. And I just went back inside and I think he like took a bunch of towels and put it out or something. I have no idea. But yeah, I will just never forget. Be like, what are you making? And he was like, napalm. And I was like, so sounds about right. Like,
It's like an oil fire.
yeah. Well,
You
and
don't do that.
you know what gives me way more anxiety than it should? And I should know this because I own a kitchen and I cook my own food. But so there's
I'd
baking
be concerned
soda,
if your apartment didn't have a kitchen, by the way. I would
right? So,
I'd be like, "Are you sure you're paying like full rent for that?" You're like, "Yeah, it's $7,500. I live downtown though. It's great."
yeah, my toilet's 4 floors up, but it's totally fine. Um, So baking soda and baking powder, one of them, if you get a grease fire, one of them immediately extinguishes the fire. The other one causes the fire to grow like 25 times in size. Uh,
Baking soda.
does what?
If the fire is small and manageable, pour baking soda or salt to smother the fire.
Okay, now Google what happens if you pour baking powder on a fire.
Do not throw flour, biscuit mix, or baking powder into the fire. These are extremely combustible.
So
Also, do
what,
not throw from the side.
how do you figure
It will,
out where the front of the fire is?
you pour from the top. You're
Oh, oh.
not supposed to be like Salt Bay, like, hey! Pew, 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 look at me, taking out the fire!
I completely misunderstood that. I said, how do you know where the front is? The top. Oh my god, what a dumbass. But yeah, so I constantly have like this unwarranted anxiety over like, what if a fire breaks out and I don't remember which one to pour on it?
Just
But
get
now
a
I
fire
know.
extinguisher. I have a $10 fire extinguisher underneath my sink.
Well, I have a $150 one in a pillowcase in my closet.
But I just make dry ice. Go get the fire extinguisher. Like, so, I'm sorry, we made dry ice for this show. I have some dry ice.
Yeah.
I think that would work. Can you throw dry ice on a fire? Like, is that a thing?
Let me see.
Let's see who Googles it faster.
I don't know how to spell fire. CO2 extinguishes fires because it deprives fires of oxygen. Dry ice is frozen carbon dioxide. But
But
does frozen carbon dioxide... What would happen if you put dry ice in lava? Who actually cares? What?
I do.
Do you? Baking
Oh
soda
yeah,
is the one that's useful for a lot of stuff. So baking powder is literally just for baking, whereas baking soda is for like brushing your teeth and getting out stains and decalcifying your water
so
boiler. What?
is like baking soda basically like the be all end all?
What is baking soda?
Sodium bicarbonate.
Well, I
It's
know
NaCO
that.
too. I wish we could call it just sodium bicarbonate. I wish it wasn't called baking soda. Like we should. When I become president, I'm outlawing calling things what they're not. So it's not going to be called baking soda. You're going to go to the store, and all the labels are going to say sodium bicarbonate, and everyone's going to be confused for about 5 years, and then everyone will figure it out. Yeah, the chat is about, when we say 15, 20 seconds, that's because of how long it takes. Because we actually have a 0 upload time. So it's basically how long it takes for Twitch to process our video request and send it out to you. There's absolutely nothing we can do to make it faster other than going live.
Yes.
Like with you
It's
in the same room as us.
the same room that we both are in on the other side of the curtain.
At the same time, yes.
Let me see really quickly. Hold on. So let me send this.
It's a fungicide and a pesticide. And you can make fireworks out of it. And it's a disinfectant. And it helps heartburn.
Yeah, there's like a 13-second delay. Okay, goodbye. Hello, leave now.
Who's leaving?
My
Bye. And
phone.
it's used for odor control. And it's used as a cleaning agent.
Yeah.
And you can use it for running.
What, do you like put it on your nipples so you don't get runner's nipples? Can we talk about that? Because like
Ooh,
that's
dude, if you think I know anything about running, you obviously don't know my body type.
Okay, but you know
Okay?
what runner's nipples are, right?
I don't know, nipples of people who run.
Just Google runner's nipples.
No, I don't
You're
feel
not going to
safe.
see actual pictures of nipples, trust me. I'm not going to Google it because I already know what comes
I
up.
am not. Well, tell me what comes up, because if it's not some NSFW like
It's okay,
jiggly boobs running, I don't want to see it.
it's basically like people, guys in like white shirts, and there's like two red spots and they're all sweaty. So like because when they're running, their nipples are like rubbing on the shirt, it like rubs them raw. Like these are like long marathons. And then with the sweat, they'd get like these streams of blood down the front of their shirt. And
Fuck, I
it's
am so grateful I didn't look that up. I did not want to see that.
but it's like a normal thing, like the runner's nipples. But you can put like deodorant on your nipples, apparently, and they
Well,
get a
can't you just
little.
put pasties on?
I don't know.
Like, just put pasties on.
Yeah, but like, how many guys are like gearing up for the LA Marathon and they're like, gotta get my little petals.
Well, doesn't have to be a flower, dude. Maybe that's like a marketing thing. Like, we can make them like, sports ball teams. Like, like
The Padres,
yeah,
like
like little
the Redskins. Oh my God. They're like little football helmets from your favorite team.
little baseballs.
Yeah, little hockey pucks.
And then if you want to be extra macho, it's like half naked, like pinup girls. Like, like,
Yeah, the truck girls, the two, and they
yeah,
like
the
face
truck
the
med
same
buff
way.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, is that like a thing? I'm gonna look it up. If it's not, we may have found our multi-millionaire thing.
Uh, if it is, I hate it.
Oh man, somebody came up with it. Nippies.
Ah,
God damn it.
nippies.
Yeah, they're called nippies. Man, I am so mad right now.
Uh,
Ah! Ah! They have him in camouflage and stuff.
I like the picture of they're like in the guy's wallet, like in case you're ever on the run, you need to put them on. Also, I like how they have money coming out of it. Like we didn't know it was a wallet, and like, why did they pick $7? Like, like, why not put like a couple 20s in there or something? They're like, let's give this man $7.
You know why they give him $7? Because he
Uh-huh.
spent all that money on those damn Lululemon running pants. So he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any money left. That's all he's got until payday in 2 weeks from now. He's tapped out. So he's running so he doesn't have to think about all of his overdue bills. He's just gonna run and then sleep for the next 3 days.
Oh man. Okay, so here's like a sensitive subject.
What, other
Gynecomastia.
than nipples?
Do you know what gynecomastia is?
No, just tell me in English.
It's when like men, it's not just man boobs, but it's when guys like literally develop breasts, and like they're like, no, not like that. You
I
don't have
mean,
gynecomastia.
these are pretty nice.
Okay, so
You're like,
we
I
just
never
got
needed to see
banned.
that. I never wanted to see that.
Okay, so like gynecomastia is like a very sensitive thing. Like guys get surgery for it, like it's a thing. But if your product, like this Gatoli Men compression shirt, shapewear slimming body shaper vest undershirt weight loss tank. Hold on, where'd the word go? It wasn't
Wait,
here.
these are like legitimate boobs. They're not like my fat booby man nipples. They're like actual.
Did you Google gynecomastia?
I did, and I'm
Okay, but
oddly
wait.
aroused.
So in this tiny advertisement that I have suggested to me for clicking on nippies is a compression shirt to hide gynecomastia moobs, chest slimming, dot dot dot. You would think if you're advertising a product for a very sensitive, like personal issue people deal with, you probably wouldn't use the word moobs in the fucking description. God. Like, let's be
Boobs.
professional. Oh my god. Oh, I like the picture of the example. Like, what guy is insecure about their nipples showing? Like, come on.
I don't know. See, that's
The,
what I'm saying. I think we need to really normalize like the variation in body types. Does that make sense? Like, I'm very cautious because I know this is like a really loaded like conversation, like body positivity and body acceptance
uh-huh.
versus like fat acceptance. Like, I'm not trying to like start any fires here. But I'm just saying there's one portion of it which is body positivity and another portion which is uh, healthfully conscious of the stressors that extra non-genetically applied weight can cause to the body. Dear God, I feel like I have to write a legal paper whenever I talk about something on the internet now. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, I am fat, okay?
Yes.
Like, I know that I am
I am
overweight for
not
my
saying
body type.
yes to that. I was saying
Gee,
yes
thanks.
to when you asked if I knew what you're talking about. You're like, I am fat. And I'm like, yes.
Like,
No.
I am aware that I am overweight for my body type and my now I know that genetically I am predisposed to be like larger in general because of my ancestry, and I understand that. But at the same time, I think it gets a little like, and like, I'm comfortable with my body. Does that make sense? And I
Yes.
use that like, I'm not happy that I'm not like how I looked when I wasn't so overweight, but and
It
I'm
is what it
okay with that.
is.
but I am aware of the fact that it's not good for me.
Right.
And I think that I don't know why I'm saying that. Oh yeah, because we were talking about
You're like, that was my PSA. Thank you.
no, I'm talking about like we should be aware that everyone's bodies look a specific way, and there are multiple factors that affect it. And I think we should be conscientious of the fact of that and not body shame people in that matter. But at the same time, I don't think we should go all the way to the opposite end, which we kind of are like, everything is fine, everyone's okay, you are who you are, and, who cares what everyone says? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that like a fair, like,
No,
I don't feel like I'm
I
explaining myself.
completely agree with that. I think you're trying not to say that people who are extremely overweight, that mostly women, because there's not a lot of plus size male models, but this whole,
I don't think you really see plus. I don't think they survive. I'm sorry, that's fucking terrible. No,
no,
but heart disease is mostly prevalent in men. That's
well,
yeah.
absolutely. And men are more predisposed to like earlier onset things as well. So that just
Death.
kind of, yes, yes.
Early onset death.
Um but no, I think that we have as a society like this whole like I'm comfortable with my body thing is awesome, but at the same time like women who are like very much larger that are okay with their bodies, I think they should also have the public idea of like saying, "I am who I am. I'm a proud big woman, but at the same time, I'm aware of the health issues this poses on me." So as
Hmm.
not to influence young girls who, I don't think young girls should feel pressure to be skinny or not skinny or whatever. But yeah, exactly. Supportive within reason, but at the same time like acknowledge the fact that like having extra weight, I mean, like, I'm way more than I should, but, like, having extra weight, be comfortable with it, but realize that at a certain point, like, then you have health risks, I don't think that's being, like, published enough. Like, there's just so much of, like, "I'm big, I'm happy, deal with it." Good for fucking you, but at the same time, yes, now you're more predisposed to heart disease
Hmm.
and cholesterol and all of these things, so, like, make sure that young people know that you know, and you're not in denial of the fact that you're not, like, special and you're not gonna not, have valve failure because you weigh so
I love
much
how
or
we're
whatever.
talking about this after I literally homemade McDonald's chicken nuggets and deep fried them in vegetable oil. Like, like my heart doctor, if he's watching this, he's like, no.
God damn it, Rob.
But this isn't like an everyday thing. It's I whip out the fryer maybe once every 6 months. So like that's.
That's
And I
twice a
made a
year.
salad. I mean, I didn't eat it, but I made it.
I burned more calories tossing the salad together than I did by eating the
Dude, by the
lettuce.
way, hand making chicken nuggets, that took me 2.5 hours, okay?
Well,
Of
yeah,
like
because you ground them into chicken glue.
gloop, like
Gloop,
chicken gloop.
the non-Newtonian form of chicken. If you
Dude,
push it softly, it's a liquid. If you hit it hard, it's a solid.
no, that thing just felt like concrete that was in the process of drying. It just never did. And it is so sticky. Like, if you don't coat your hands in cornstarch, like, literally I could not, like, I had to get the scrubby because I felt like my skin was like absorbing the chicken gloop. Like, it's like my body didn't know what was my hand and what was chicken gloop. And so like I had to like no, like I had to remind it like stop it. Like, because I had a layer of cornstarch, but the chicken was on my hand. So like I had like a chicken glove. Like, and then I thought about how disgusting that is that I literally have like the raw carcass of this creature on my hand. And I'm gonna form it into cute little like shapes because I'm some kind of space mutant. Like people are talking about like like orcs and stuff like that, like in D and in Warcraft and Warhammer and stuff
Uh
like
huh.
that, right? And people are like, oh, what if we run into like space orcs? And you see like those movies where like the alien race is like the oh, we rip people's heads off. Dude,
Uh,
that's us.
that
Like
is, yeah.
we're the scary like naked space apes, okay? Like
Right?
aliens are looking at us like, dude, those things like people like literally eat like chicken feet for
Oh,
fun. Like we shove a stick in an animal and put it over fire. Like
yeah.
sushi, like you eat fish. There's that fish that you eat that's half alive. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Then they
like,
serve it to you. It's still alive.
yeah.
Like the
Well,
head is still alive.
w-
It's like we're the fucking nightmare fuel for aliens.
yeah, we're over here like so proud of ourselves. Like I'm Mexican, so I'm like I'm so proud. Like my culture, we don't waste any of the animal. And meanwhile, the aliens are like they don't waste any of the animal. Like they like wear its skin. They turn
Yeah.
their fucking hooves into adhesive. Like
Dude, we turn animal guts into musical instruments and we're all like all
yeah,
fancy dressed up and people are like, what the fuck?
yes. Oh my god. Oh. And then the best is the sausage making process because we take their intestinal lining, we grind up their meat, and then we shove it back in there, and then eat it all together.
Slim snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh,
And
you're
then, like,
so right. We are those. We are the
and then
aliens.
like we like intentionally stab ourselves with ink to like make pretty doodles on us. We're like, yeah. We make holes in our body and like put like little jewels on them. Like,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
No, but it's true. Like, you know, scarification, all this stuff. Like,
Oh.
people are like, look at my scars. Isn't it cool? I almost died here. We go skydiving. Like, we do all this crazy shit. Like,
Right? Like we're trying to get to the bottom of the ocean and like, you know, aliens, deities, gods, whatever. They're like, "No! Like I made it that deep for a reason." And we're like, "We can go deeper." Like,
yeah. How do we get to space? Do we invent
yeah.
an anti-gravity field? No, we just strap a big old fucking bomb on our ass and sit in a chair and go, woo!
We are like the most unsophisticated, sophisticated.
We are the space rednecks. Like,
We are a trip. Humans we really be wild. And my favorite thing too, it doesn't even have to do with slaughtering animals, is like, look at all the weird vegetables we eat. Like artichokes? Why?
mhm.
Why? Who? First of all, I feel
If you don't
so
eat this
bad.
properly, it'll kill you.
Yeah, I feel
But it's
so bad for
okay.
all the
It's so
people who
good.
like tried artichokes in the beginning before we knew not to eat the shit in the middle. And then like
Before it choked you to death.
yeah, and then suddenly one person was like, "Oh, this vegetable, is it a vegetable? I'm sure it's a
It's
vegetable."
a flower.
I mean, yeah, but someone
It's a
was like,
flower
"This."
bulb. It's not even
Yeah.
the fucking flower. It's just like the little
They were
bud.
like, "Look,
Like,
it takes 3 years to grow, and then when it grows, we're gonna boil the shit out of it, and then you're gonna
right before it flowers,
yeah,
you
and then you're
boil
gonna
it.
peel the little leaves off, and you're gonna get a third of a tablespoon or third of a teaspoon, but you kind of just use the tip of your teeth and just slide it off, but not before we smother it in mayonnaise or whatever you
Yeah.
dip your artichokes in. Artichokes are so stupid. Who the fuck? Like, why waste your
Dude,
time?
well, tell me about the guy who figured out fucking fugu or urchin.
Oh
Like,
God, why?
if you don't eat this right now, you will die.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like, look at this
or
horribly inedible, terrifying, will poison you if you like get it punctured into your skin. Now let's crack it open and eat what's inside. Like,
but you only have 2 minutes because after 2 minutes, you did not eat it at this restaurant.
oh,
Or
it's
like the
crazy.
puffer fish, the puffy fish.
Yeah,
The same one. It'll kill you
yeah.
unless you cook it.
Well, and if you're gonna eat it raw, the people who can serve it have been like specializing in it. It's like, why? Like,
They
just
haven't
don't
gotten
eat
sued
it.
yet.
Just don't eat it.
Right.
God, there's so many like foods and like all the shit we can't eat. You know how many people like you know how we found out we couldn't eat that shit is a lot of people ate it and then they all died and they were like, "Well, Probably shouldn't
Don't
eat even
do it.
those berries.
Buried it. Yeah, buried it.
Oh,
No, but another
man.
thing, we intentionally poison ourselves for fun.
With what? Alcohol?
Alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
People are literally like, let me inject this industrial cleaner into my eyeball. Because, whoa, man, what a good 15 minutes that's going to be. Like,
Oh, God. Let
sure, it
me,
gives me holes in my face, but,
right? Let me drink this liquid that's slowly deteriorating a very critical organ that exists inside of my body just so that I can say dumb stuff and apologize in the morning and feel like shit the whole next day. God.
And miss my show almost. And but yeah, we're the space org. I think there was a comedian who made a bit about that. But yeah, we're the crazy people. And that's why, like, everyone's wondering, like, hey, we reached out to the aliens. I don't know why. It's like when your crazy redneck neighbors like knocking on the door. They're like, I brought you cookies, and you're like, we're not home. Sorry, you just
Exactly.
missed us.
They were like, "Oh, look, another planet is trying to contact us." And they're like, "Let's tune in." And then they're like 2 minutes later, it was like two parent aliens with two kids and they were like, "Kids, don't watch this." And like turned off the transmission.
They push the door lock button on the spaceship as they drive by fucking our solar system.
They like tell their kids, they're like, "You don't want to get off on any exits here."
Yeah, stay away from the soul system, okay? Like, just stay the fuck away.
Don't make eye contact with any of the planets. Oh God.
Jesus.
Ooh. I finally broke that Q-tip I've been playing with for 2
Hey, there
weeks.
you go.
It snapped. My little
Oh, man.
buddy. I've never broken a Q-tip before, but look, now it's mildly inappropriate.
Just don't. Oh, God. Just don't use it in your ear and break it in your ear. That would probably be.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, don't think about that.
no. That's like one of Ian's like irrational fears. I'm always like, you gotta make sure you like clean your ears. And he's like, I don't want to stick a
That's pretty
Q-tip
rational,
into.
dude.
But like his thing is like, I don't not that it would break off, but that he'd push it too far. And I'm like, you're 31. Like you should know how far you can go in your ear with a
You're
Q-tip.
not even supposed to use them in your ear, allegedly.
No, you're not. You're supposed to get those little corkscrew fuckers and get in there. Have you ever done the candle before?
No, I've seen it done,
Oh,
but I've never done it.
my
I
sister
thought
was talking about doing it. I feel like it's a crock of shit.
I just don't feel comfortable.
With fire on your head.
Yeah. Like, I just feel like that's one of the few things that, like, if you fuck up, like,
You really
there's no
fucked up.
control Z. Like, there's no, like,
Yeah.
it's like that girl that got candles are fake. I mean, I have a candle in my living room. I'm
I have
pretty
a
sure it's
candle
real.
right there. Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
Now
Are
I'm
you like
like,
one of those bird people? Like the ones like birds have been replaced by government spy drones.
or just that birds aren't real in general.
Birds aren't
What about
real.
the girl though?
Is this the story of a girl?
No,
What
you
girl?
were about to. I don't know. You said
Oh, that's I was talking. No, the girl
funny
who
you should
tattooed her
ask.
eyes. The
Mm,
girl who tattooed it white of her eyes and then she went blind.
yeah. I mean, like that's the. This is horrible. You know, it's no, fuck that. I'm not going to apologize for this. I have no sympathy when I hear shit like that. Like if the story was she was cooking and she accidentally used baking powder instead of baking soda and the hot oil splashed into her eyes and blinded her, all my sympathies. But like if you are tattooing your eyeballs, you're kind of just asking to fuck up your eyeballs, right?
Well, remember that guy who ate the berries and died?
No.
And then we knew not to do that?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. She's like the.
She is berry.
Yeah. Ugh, but
Is that
people
what we're gonna
still do
call
it.
like? Yeah.
Dude, I saw a guy on the golf course today with face tattoos. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone on the golf course with face tattoos.
2020.
And then I was gonna go play with them because I played a second round and they went to the first tee. And I told the guy in the pro shop, I was like, I'm like the most tattooed girl on the golf course generally. And that has to be the most tattooed man I've ever seen on the golf course. So like naturally I should play with them. And he was like, oh yeah, for sure. But then there was a team, a group on the first tee, so they took off and skipped the hole. And I was like, no. Like they left and I was just like, okay,
I
well,
want to play golf with Takeshi 69.
exactly. I don't get the like I get it if you're a tattoo artist, like,
Mm.
and you have everything is tatted. Like, I assume when people have full tattoos and like one like a face tattoo up here or like maybe here that they're a tattoo artist. But if someone has like no other visible tattoos except for like one thing on their face or like a couple things on their face, like I judge them so harshly. I don't care
But is
how
it
much
like gang
money.
related, or is it like just because for funsies? Because it's
I
like
don't
that's
know.
different things.
But I hate it either way. I am unless you are a tattoo artist or you have really well done tattoos all over and then you do your face like a thing here or like here or whatever. Or like I like when people have like their sideburns or like girls have stuff on the side. Like I'm okay with that. But when people just have like random shit on their face, like
Yeah.
they look like they belong on like a loading screen for Grand Theft Auto. Like I can't fuck with that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like a good friend of mine was like, he's like a tattoo artist, and he has tattoos like everywhere.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think that tattooing your face is like it's a pretty bold statement. Like, because I mean, I get your body and like neck down. Like I kind of get that, but like I think anything that is like I don't know. I don't know if that's because like we carry so much emotion in our face, and that's like the that we're kind of used to like staring at. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, like why that elicits like unconsciously like why that elicits those like strong emotions when people get tattoos on their face, and I totally understand that. And I don't disagree with the personal choice aspect of it. It just like I don't have any tattoos. The only thing I have is when Nathaniel Beckett stabbed me with a pen in middle school, a pencil, and I still have the lead in my finger. Um, or was his name Nathan? And I think I always call him Nathaniel, but I think his name was Nathan.
Okay, most people
Anyway,
named Nathan are actually named Nathaniel. Just so you know. I don't know if you like put two and
oh,
two together, but like
no,
Nathan is a short form of Nathaniel.
I didn't know that. Or was it Bickett? Is it Beckett? I don't know. Whatever. This guy NB. All right. Uh,
NB.
But I've always wanted to get a tattoo, but I never like, and I did the thing where like you keep a picture in your wallet for like 2 years, but then it's like, I just never felt the same.
Yeah.
Like I think I have like too much emotional ADD to like have something like so important like tattooed on my body.
Okay.
To me personally, I'm
No,
not.
no,
I don't.
no.
I don't disagree with
But
tattoos. Like I
but
think that like.
here's my thing on tattoos. There's three people. There's people who will never get a tattoo. Like they have absolutely they don't want anything,
I'm not
whatever.
against it. I just don't have any specific.
Well, so now we're into the two other categories of tattoos. There's the people who, like you, when they think about tattoo, even if this doesn't describe you perfectly, like just go with it. But
Mm,
the people who, when they think about tattoos, it's like I want it to be something meaningful. I want it to be like something, but that is saying that's compartmentalizing. How the fuck do you say that word?
compartmentalizing.
That just doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. When you do that to like one tattoo, so you're like, I want to get a tattoo. I want to get a tattoo. And it's hard because when
That
you
doesn't sound like me. I don't agree with what you're saying.
are you being facetious?
I am being an
Oh,
asshole.
okay.
Yes.
So, but when you think about it that way, it's like a tattoo. Whereas like so now you're like, okay, where would I get it? Do I want people to be able to see it? If they don't see it, then what's the point of me getting it? Like girls who get them under their shirt, it's like you only see it when you're in a bathing suit, and if you live in Massachusetts, what's the point? Stuff like that. So that is like when people like really think about like, okay, if I get a tattoo, what would it be? Where would it go? Whereas for me, I don't want a tattoo. I like the overall look of having my whole arms tattooed. So
Hmm.
that goes for people who want their whole body tattooed, both their legs or just their head or their neck, whatever. It's
What about their
less
gooch? Does that
or
count?
their gooch. I mean, there's girls that
Okay.
get their assholes tattooed, whatever, like the octopus. It's actually beautiful, but it's a very distasteful. Could you imagine like having to take a shit and your tattoo? Anyway, um so
Oh,
that's
like wild? No, but don't you have to like do an enema before you do stuff like that, just so like out of courtesy?
right, but like no, 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 not while you're getting tattooed, like while it's healing.
Oh,
Or like
oh.
how itchy it would be with the skin rubbing together on top of the fact that it's already you wouldn't know, but it's very itchy. And I can't imagine with your cheeks rubbing together, it make it even more. It's just exacerbate the problem. Whatever. My point is, I was never a
So what you're saying is don't get an under boob tattoo during the summer.
yeah, or your asshole tattoo. Just like no. If your tattoo artist is going to take a picture of your tattoo and they can't post it online, then don't get the tattoo. But yeah, so that's like the biggest difference for me, especially, and that's what I try to explain to my clients when they're like, "Oh yeah, I could never imagine what I would get for my tattoo." It's like I don't think about it as one tattoo. I think about it as an overall
Hmm.
look. Like I don't give a shit about half the tattoos on my arms. They're just there to fill space. Like I have a fucking
Right.
switchblade. Like I'm the least hard person you'll ever meet, you know? They don't mean anything to me.
Dude, that
It's
sounds pretty hard. Why do you have a switchblade?
I'm a fucking G dog. Like
What does that mean? Can you explain that to me?
I have no idea. I actually don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'm just being an
so
asshole. Yeah.
it's okay. But yeah, that's my biggest issue. Or like when people are like, "Oh yeah, like I have a tattoo and I don't like it." And it's like I wouldn't like to have a tattoo either. Like
Well, I have a fear that if I get a tattoo, I'm not gonna like stop at one.
well, I'm not
Because
to
I look at my board game
I know,
collection.
but I was just going to say I'm
Like
not saying that's a bad thing, but
I
I
have
am
600 games on Steam alone, not to mention all the other
but
game
you're the
services.
perfect candidate to get tattoos because personally, and I
I will
apologize to all of
I
my
will come
best
out
friends.
dude,
What?
I will come out of that looking like your freaking high school notebook that you had since
That's
freshman year, just
perfect, Rob.
covered in
That
fucking
is
doodles.
perfect because and I
No, but they're gonna be of like 8-bit Super Mario and
it
like
doesn't
a
matter.
fucking can of LaCroix.
The point that I'm trying to get to and why I'm apologizing to
I'll
all of
tell my
my
story on my
girlfriends
body.
is because they only each have like one tattoo is
Yeah.
I am part of the cultural idea that tattooing is more for an overall look. And when I
Mhm.
meet people that have like one tattoo or like scripture or like one tattoo or a black cross on their hand, or like my biggest pet peeve is when people have tattoos on their fingers and they have no tattoos on their hands or their arms. Like that to me,
Right.
because I did my lower arm first, which generally you do your upper arm, but my upper arms are really fat right now, so I don't want to get a tattoo until they're slender. But anyway, but so generally you go up, down, and then your hands. But like I will not touch my hands until both of my arms were done. So like so when I see guys, especially guys, because I don't know for whatever reason, guys when they get tattoos, they're like macho. And like when girls get tattoos, they're like cute and dainty, whatever, like
Mm.
singular tattoo people. But like I just can't take guys seriously when they have like one tattoo. You know what I mean? Because if you got a tattoo and you didn't get like the fucking itch to get more tattoos
Yeah.
immediately, then you had no business getting one tattoo in the first place. And that's just my opinion and I'm sticking to it.
How
And
dare you?
I'm getting tattooed on Thursday. I'm getting my fucking golf tattoo. I am so excited.
So what are you getting?
It's like I need to fill in like a square space right here. So it's basically like two golf clubs and then a tee with a ball and it has like a banner on it and it's gonna say keep your head down because I never keep my head down. The example I found said drive fast or live fast, drive hard. But I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna get something super cheesy. But I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like. He's drawing it for me and he does
What
I
about
don't
something about T hard? Why don't you make like some kind of like play on words about like golf? Like catty like a rock star.
I know I said I don't care about the tattoos that go on my body, but like,
But you kind of do now.
but I kind of care a little bit.
But see, I would get something not meaningful like that. That's my concern. And then I would be like, well, this is a waste of $175.
I have Tina Belcher tattooed on my arm. Like,
You have tater tots?
Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers. She's
Okay.
literally in my stream brushing her hair in our stream.
Yeah, no, it's your stream. I just visit here. I was actually checking out our competition. There's literally a guy with nothing going on that has more viewers than us, and it made me a little jealous. But what I am very happy about is I love the people that are on our stream because they're nice and friendly and they contribute. So thank you.
Yeah, and Anna has dealt with us talking about nipple pasties.
Which was my idea that somebody stole. They saw this show, went back in time, and
But just
invented them.
because they have male nipple pasties doesn't mean there's not a market for the mud flap girls.
That's why I have to check on Etsy if somebody has that.
Oh,
I do have a.
wow. Huh?
What, you're looking for nipple pasties?
I just went back to the page and there's a bunch of different. I don't really like the ones that are like clear silicone and then they have like the skin tone in the middle. Like, why? 36 pairs of Christmas nipple covers. I'm good.
How about
Whoa!
that? Are we allowed to show how NSFW can we get here?
Oh god, that's a long link. Sorry.
That?
I'm gonna need you to check that out though. Do you wear
Does
it?
that count?
Yes,
Yeah.
you wear it. No. No.
Oh, great. This is going to be on my freaking history now. Oh, was that a shirt?
Yeah, look at the pictures. It shows it like not inflated and it looks awful.
Oh, I don't think I could get away with that. It wouldn't make
Oh
sense.
no. What is this? Metallic bodysuit without hood. I didn't want to click on that. That makes me upset.
Uh-oh. Now you're falling down a net hole.
Yeah, what are these? Inverted nipple puller. Okay. I don't know about all
Oh yeah, they have
that.
that thing that if you have been circumcised it'll pull the skin back over. They have a tool that does that.
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, that is a thing. It
I
basically
love that, Anna.
it's like a garter belt, and
For your
then
ding dong?
you put a little belt on your ding dong and it pulls it back. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty.
I don't like that at all, but I will definitely Google it when I get into bed. The third eye of Jenny Crumb. This sounds like probably one of the worst. It's free on Kindle. I might have to read it. Jenny Crumb can no longer suppress her haunting visions. She's done her best to keep her psychic ability a secret from her friends and family, but Jenny's horrifying visions of a creepy man with a knife become even more intense. Read more. Yes. Ooh.
When a girl in her community goes missing, Jenny risks everything to find her. Can she save the girl before the kidnapper kills them both? And even if she survives, her life will be changed forever. The Third Eye of Jenny Crumb is the first novel in the Jenny Crumb series, haunting psychic mysteries to keep you up at night.
There's 5. So they kind of lose me here though, because the first book is The Third Eye. Then you have The Sixth Sense. So now you have 3, 6. Then you have The 9 Lives. So now we're at 3, 6, 9. And then you have The Witching Hour, which is like 3:33 if we want to get really specific, but it's 3 a.m. whatever. And then the last book is The Night Collector.
I'm surprised that with 369 they didn't do like the Takeshi connection or something. 'Cause
3, 6, 9 girls want to drink wine. You know that song?
no, I don't. I don't.
Oh,
I don't
Jenny
listen to your.
Jenny Crumb in the 12 Days of Christmas. There's the 12.
I would have named her Jenny Crumb, like with 2 B's.
Or add an ly at the end. Jenny Crumbly.
Apparently, it's pretty good. I'm looking at the reviews. People pretty much like it.
Ugh. There's a lot. What?
Makes me upset.
Oh, I'm losing you.
Are you there?
Oh,
Am
yeah.
I there?
Yeah.
The 1-star review makes me upset.
What's the 1-star review?
I was given a free copy of this book in exchange for an honest review. While the plot had some potential, I felt the characters were quite static and stereotypical. It was difficult to get into. Transitioning between events in the books were non-existent, and the dialogue between the characters is bland. It's like, just based on that review, I don't consider that to be a 1-star. Like, I don't think it's ever okay to give a 1-star review unless you order something and they literally shit you. They literally ship you like
A bag
like
of shit.
a flaming bag of shit. Like it doesn't, like, to me, like a 1-star would be like, I went to this restaurant and they punched me in the face. Like, would not go there again. Like, but even then, I'm nice enough that I would give it a 2-star review because I'd be like, what I saw in the restaurant looked nice and the food smelled good.
but I didn't get to eat it as the waiter came over and poured boiling hot water on my arm because he didn't like the color of my shirt. I went there and they punched me in the face.
Oh, dude, I felt so bad. We went to a Japanese restaurant once and we both ordered miso soup, and the server, when she went to hand the bowl over, like, she grabbed it bad on the tray and it like flipped and went all over her arm and like all over the table. And I was like paralyzed. I was like deer in the headlight and I didn't know what to do. I was supposed to be like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, all we had was like the cheap restaurant paper napkins that they give you. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I didn't want to say, are you okay? Because obviously she's covered in flaming hot soup. And then she's like, did I get any on you? I'm sorry. And I was like, your arm was on fire. Like, get out of here. I'm okay. I'm too stressed to eat now anyway.
We were at I was with some class. I think I was with classmates. I don't think I was with Ian. Maybe we were at Korean barbecue and it was like packed and busy. And the waiter was like walking around. He had like a ton of shit on his tray, or no, he had cups in his hand. And he had like a jug of water and he was at this table and he was pouring water to refill. But meanwhile, the cups in his hand were like tipping over and this kid's cell phone was right on the table and he was just like filling up cups. And meanwhile, these cups were just pouring water like straight on this guy's phone. And we were all like, what? And the kid whose phone it was like, but he was like too nice to say anything. So he waited and the waiter's just like pouring just like a comically long amount of water on his phone. And then he just like rushes away. And then the kid like picked up his phone and did one of these. I was like, how do you just watch someone pour water on your phone for like 25 seconds? Oh God.
I think you get like paralyzed. I think that like nice people are kind of like, you know, they're like, we don't want to, like, because it's, you know, everyone's seen Waiting, you know, and you don't want to, like,
right? If he's pouring water on my phone in front of me, I can only imagine what he's going to do to my food behind the counter.
If I say something, I'll just take it for the cheeseburger. Oh God.
Yeah, no, some of my favorite reviews are when people post like a very short and concise review, like service was great, food was great, or like at salons, like great haircut, great stylist, and then they give like 3 stars, and it's like, wait, like you have to tell us where the other 2 stars went, like,
right?
If everything was great, why'd you only give them 3 stars? I want to know.
And I think it's like I think it's like a boomer thing, but like I was talking to, like, you know, back when I used to have a job, like, to some of my coworkers, and they were like, "Oh, well, I don't believe in giving 5 stars unless you go above and beyond." And I'm like, that's not how the star system works.
Yeah, no.
Like 5 means everything was like to standard. Like anything less than 5 means that like there was a problem. Like,
yeah.
And people were like, no, 4 is, it's like, no, that's not how the system worked. And then they were like, well, that's not my problem, that's how it works for me. And it's like, No, but you see, that's wrong. Like,
Yeah,
well, I don't think the red light means I need to stop. You know, it's
exactly.
like,
I think it just means like err on the side of caution.
yeah.
Yeah, no, the star in Yelp, like, God, Yelp is just the funniest fucking thing, but also it could just be the death of businesses, especially small
Mhm.
businesses that like don't get a lot of like walk-ins, I guess. Like this place I go to for
Yeah.
my golf clubs. It's like very special. I learned about it from a friend. It's not somewhere you would just like meander into. Like if you're there for a reason. And it's like businesses like that that don't get a lot of Yelp reviews because it's not like a business that it's not like a fucking Sprouts, like people don't need to
Mhm.
know what it's like. And you could get one bad review, like you upset one person and now you have one review and you have a one-star review. So now when you up on Google and Yelp comes up, uh the business has one star.
Yeah. No, we usually look to see like how many um like how many what's it called? Like how many like reviews a restaurant or business has. Like we'll always do that. And it's like
Right.
usually like if you have like 500 reviews and you got a 3, I'm not going there.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and I see what you're saying about like to be fair, the system used to be. I mean, yes and no. I think it's like one of those Mandela effect things, like where, like, I think that like the review system in the sense that like how satisfied, like I don't know, like I mean, I guess having worked retail for like forever, like we were always told like from day one, anything less than a 5, like or a 10 or whatever, anything less than maximum is a
Anything less
deficiency
than
on your part.
perfection, exactly.
Right, but it's like, which I mean, to me, it kind of makes sense because, like, I always say everything is 50%, right? Like you either do or you don't. Like it's a 50% chance that this happens or it doesn't, right? And I know
Yeah.
the odds aren't exactly like that, but that's really what the reality of life is. As this thing either happens or it doesn't. You know,
Mhm.
like either I take a sip of this or I don't. Whether it's full or empty doesn't matter because if I don't take a sip of it, then it's a punt. It's a 50%. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that you know what I'm saying? It makes sense to me. Okay. That's just my mentality.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know it doesn't matter. It makes sense.
Give a 5. That's all I'm saying. Give a 5 unless they punch you in the face and pour hot cocoa on your on your
Down the
phone
back of
for
your
like an
shirt.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. And it is normal to find hair in your food because believe it or not, it grows from our faces.
You know what's crazy? I have found hair in my food so many times and never. Like if I
Have I
found
gone?
yeah, if I just pick it out and move it to the side. But if I
And you
found
pretend it never happened.
exactly. I might even put one of my own hairs in there to like cover it up. But if I found like a bushel of short curly hairs, like then the alarm bells would ring. But yeah,
Yeah.
like one hair, you know what? It's
Half an ashtray. Like, yeah.
yeah, a toe. Like I would
Yeah.
take even then I'd probably just like push it off to the side.
I will say if I find a roach in my food that's the line I'm gonna draw.
That's pretty gross. You know what? I'm always wonder this. Are roaches like I know when things are dirty, that's when they like come, but roaches themselves, are they actually like dirty pests? Like I
Yes, they're
know,
disgusting.
but like why?
No, because they shit everywhere.
Well, I mean, so would we if we didn't have toilets.
Yeah, no, they because they
Like
they
they don't have
they shed.
designated bathrooms.
No. They shed a lot of places. They carry a lot of parasites. Actually, that's why it's like really bad to like let your like animals like eat a cockroach or whatever. Like it's fun to let them like catch it, but like don't let them eat it because they actually carry a lot of like parasites and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, they are very very dirty because they eat a lot of putrid and rotting stuff too.
Okay.
And they don't spend regular time cleaning their exoskeleton. In fact, they actually leave a lot of like flakes. They basically have like roach dander and stuff like that.
Why do you know that
I mean,
cockroaches have dander?
So Amanda says she doesn't have to bother Googling anything anymore. She just asks me for shit. um, because I had to look up. Uh, it's because it's just I just know this shit. Okay,
Okay.
look at it. It's right. It's not exactly dander. It's just parts of their exoskeleton that comes off. Actually, I think ants are actually fairly clean insects.
Ants are.
I
And they're
think
like the
they,
most organized.
yeah.
Okay, wait.
I always wished that we could like genetically program ants to clean our house. Like when you leave to go to the grocery store, like you push a button and like ants come over and they just grab all of the stuff that like in your kitchen, they just grab all the crumbs and all, they can do it, you know, and they pick up all the food and everything and all the dust and they take it away. And I've always wanted that. That was always like a dream of mine.
Well, you know what they say, never stop dreaming. Speaking of dreaming, it is getting to that time where I needs to be dreaming,
Yeah, I
but
didn't realize we ran the show like an extra 45 minutes
it's
longer than
fine.
usual.
We're having a great time. I will say I've
Yep.
been clicking on some of these random books like the whatever. This one is Psychic Undercover, a paranormal women's fiction novel. And I clicked on the 1-star reviews, and before we wrap it up, I just wanted to share this review with you. It says 1 star. I couldn't finish this book. I read 5 chapters. 4 were all about cats and nothing but cats, and one was about her basically raping a neighbor. She doesn't like this neighbor, nor is she attractive to him, but the second her ghost crush jumps into the neighbor's body, she jumps into bed with him. She doesn't know if the neighbor will remember that his body was used for abuse, nor does she care. She actually said she would deal with the repercussions later. Sorry, but no. And I don't know. I'm definitely not saying that I feel like she probably doesn't actually rape the neighbor in the book, but you would think that like 4 chapters of cats would like overshadow any negatives that come from the book. So I feel like I'm inclined to read this if 4 chapters are just straight. I can read it for free.
Mm, you should do it.
Oh, I don't have Kindle Unlimited. I might pay for Kindle
Oh.
Unlimited just to read this
Just do the
book
trial.
by Lisa Freed. I might. So
Yeah.
anyway, that and then in the, in the description of the book, she says, despite getting sidetracked with men, ghosts, and pesky neighbors, which we now know, my main passion is cats. So is it any wonder that I run a cat rescue? Oh man.
Oh my god. So she got her neighbor high and raped him?
She says, disclaimer, body possession occurs, like trigger warning, body possession, and a sexual relationship between the possessed and the MC is mentioned. So the author prefaced your purchase of the book with the fact that this happens, and then you still post a 1-star review because exactly what the author said was going to happen happened. Damn.
Unless that's like creative, like fixing, like she went in and modified
So
it.
there's
So then when people
double
like,
asterisks.
yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, this happened. Then you read the review and you're like, that dumb bitch, she should have known better. It was in the description. Meanwhile, the author's like, ha ha ha, my plan is working. Her credibility is way down.
Right? She's like on her way to get that 1-star review
Yeah,
removed. Oh man. All right. Well, I
that's a lot of
think
purple.
it's time. What, these books?
Yeah.
They're all purple. Could you imagine how fun would it be to be like a model and you're like, I'm going to be
Excuse
a
me.
model, and then like all of your modeling career is just like these like raunchy hot novels. Like I would love that. If I was ever going to be a model, I would only want to model for like
Yeah, I think there's something to
adult
be said about
books.
like D tier celebrityism, like like C and D tier celebrities,
Uh-huh.
You get like a lot of like the residual stuff, and like you're maybe not like, you know, Mega Million Tom Cruise rich, but you know, you do your stuff. You're like the extra in like every single freaking movie.
Yeah.
And like everyone knows who you are, but you don't know what their name is. But that's fine because that means you can actually like go out in public and not get like accosted by people constantly. Like you can still have a semblance of like a normal life.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're that celebrity, like there's a couple of people, I don't know their names, but I know their faces that are in like every single commercial. How much more
Hmm.
annoying would it be instead of being like, oh my God, like Johnny Depp or oh my God, like, you know, that's the only actors whose name I know apparently. They come up to you and they're like, "Oh, like you're the guy from this commercial, or you're the guy from that commercial." Like at what point like do they go home and they're like, "No one knows my name." You know? Like
I don't know. I mean, I feel though that like some lady at the airport thought I was Orlando Bloom. So I mean, I think it's nice to be recognized.
well,
She was so convinced, dude. Because I had it's when I weighed 100 pounds less and I had like a ponytail and my hair was all slicked back. You've seen that picture of me, uh, and she was so sure I was Orlando Bloom, and I was telling her, no, I'm not because I'm not English. Like,
even Anna hit you with the LOL. What?
yeah, I know. But yes,
That's
there's a
hella
picture of
funny.
me where I look a lot more attractive than I look now. But it was funny, dude. I'm legit. That lady at the airport, she was so convinced. Either that or she was being really nice and that's what she does. Like she finds like single travelers and like she says, "Oh my god, you're that celebrity." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she reads you know, like people all the time, and so like she
Mhm.
like finds like the most, and then she kind of says stuff to make you feel good because that has always made me feel good. So regardless of whether you were wrong or intentional, thank you, lady at the airport. You've made the decade for me.
That's pretty funny.
All right, I want to go to bed and play Fallout and Cyberpunk.
Okay. Well, you go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go read subtitles and maybe these books. So,
Do it. Do it
yeah.
now.
All
Thursday,
right.
Thirsty Thursday.
Oh, Anna's up here Googling pictures of Orlando Bloom doing a side by side. She's like,
Oh
I
my
have
god.
to get to the bottom of this.
There is
Yes.
no way anyone would mistake you as Orlando Bloom.
Thirsty Thursday, yes, but we have to be strict about ending at 9 o'clock because I have to leave at like 5:30 in the morning to go golfing on Friday. So
It's
yeah.
your show. You're the one who can hit disconnect. I'm more
I'm like
empowered.
goodbye.
You can
Um,
be like, "Yeah, we're done." I'm in the middle of like a sentence. And it's like, oh, okay.
so yes, Thursday 7 to 9 we are back, and then are we back to Sundays for D&D?
I sure believe so.
Okay, because I am actually gonna be here on Sunday for once ever.
Yep. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you, especially Anna-chan, for watching, and whoever is
It's
R3CR38V.
pronounced race car.
It's a two-cylinder race car, vroom vroom. Thank you for hanging out, Anna-chan, and anyone else who's here. Thank you for watching, and we will be back in 2 days at
Ooh,
7
two.
o'clock. No
Pacific
excuses. Yeah,
Pacific Standard Time.
7 o'clock specifically Pacific. Specifically. Oh yes.
Sp-
Oyasumi
Yeah,
nasai. What?
I like sushi too.
Okay. Well, bye.